What is going on, everybody? How are we doing on this fine Thursday evening? My name is Eric. Welcome to Q2C VR Gamer Live. We are a weekly VR talk show that is live every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We go live to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and the multiverse. That is right. I'm pretty sure you can still watch us in the amazing multiverse and even Twitter, Todd. We're on Twitter as well, where we get a ton of views on Twitter, man. I like it. It's a cool platform to go live to, and maybe someday we can grow up and be big boys and actually maybe stream live on and TikTok as well. But if you cannot catch us live, remember you can always catch us afterwards on your favorite podcast platform like Spotify or Anchor or Apple or any of those cool places. But before we go any further, let me say hello to my partner from the great Canadian Northwest, the man who spends all day at Tim Hortons drinking coffee when he tells his wife he's out working. He thinks hockey is way better than football, which is absolutely insane. Todd Jackson, what is going on, dude? How you doing?
I'm doing excellent. Hi diddly ho diddly, everybody. And hockey is way better than football. What are you talking about?
Come on. You can't even say that with
what other sport
face,
are you
bro.
allowed to fight with each other and then just go right back to playing the sport?
But football is all a fight. Football is all aggression and fighting. Hockey is a bunch
each
of
other
skating around the States doing like pirouettes and stuff. The only fun part of hockey is when they fight.
Which is all the time, which is great.
Are you a fan of Tim Hortons?
I used to be, but Tim Hortons was bought by an American company about 6 or 7 years ago.
You just hate Americans, is what you're saying. You're like, oh, it's American owned. I'm not going there anymore.
That's right. And actually, the company that used to do McDonald's coffee is the company that now supplies Tim Hortons coffee, and it's not that good.
Really,
So
I actually
just gone down the tubes.
Do you have Dunkin' Donuts in Canada?
They came to Canada and left just as quickly.
Really?
I think out east in Toronto, there's still a couple, but they all shut down. Nobody liked it.
Wow. Yeah. That's not good. I like Dunkin'
Starbucks
Donuts.
is big up here. That's about the only real coffee joint.
Yeah. I like Starbucks. I like, I don't know. Coffee is a weird thing for me. I like my
And coffee. McDonald's Canada has actually, stupid trivia, but McDonald's Canada took over the Tim Hortons coffee plant. So now McDonald's coffee in Canada is the old Tim Hortons coffee.
Wow.
So we get McDonald's coffee because it tastes just like
you got to go to McDonald's to get the Tim Hortons coffee, and you got to go to Tim Hortons to get the McDonald's coffee?
That's exactly right.
What the fuck up is that? That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard. Mateo, is that even a thing?
What? I just came in. I'm sitting there making stupid faces. I was thinking about how hockey's the better sport, and then you just drop me in like that.
Well, I think we're close enough now that I can do these things.
Trying to catch me with
show.
Stupid face.
Like we don't have to beat. We don't have to like play around.
You're waiting for you to pick your nose or something, but it didn't happen.
I know. I'm gonna sit on my hands next time and just stare.
Well, let me just introduce from the channel Mateo 311. What is up, Mateo? How you doing, brother?
What's up?
I'm doing good. How's it going? Are you a hockey fan at all?
Yes, I grew up playing hockey.
Really? Yeah, because you're from the Northeast area, right?
Yeah, I'm from New York.
Yeah. So there's a little bit of hockey in New York. I mean, a little bit. We're like the Rangers and Islanders.
Yeah, Rangers. Yeah. And we got the Islanders. And they suck. And the Rangers are good.
The Islanders kind of suck.
I was gonna do like a thing in Todd's opening, like like he's more popular than Gordie Howe in Canada or something like that. But probably 99% of the people I've been talking to right now wouldn't know who the hell Gordie Howe even is.
Actually, we got some Canadians. Acron to the Future's Canadian. Yeah. Je ne sais quoi's Canadian.
Like, who's the most famous Canadian hockey player? Is Wayne Gretzky even Canadian? I don't think he is.
Of course.
Is he?
Yes, he's
Canadian. Every famous who's the most famous American hockey player besides the 1980 USA Olympic team?
Who's the most famous American hockey player?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I don't know. Could be
Ovechkin.
Could be.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Ovechkin's American?
Well, I don't know. I don't think he's. I think he's American, like American born.
Yeah, we're a melting pot these days.
Yeah, right. Like
that's pretty much true. That's pretty much true.
It's impossible to tell, really.
All right, let's get off the hockey thing. Let's get off the VR stuff. So let's say real quick, what's going on this week, Todd? Have you gotten to play any VR? Is anything going on cool that you in the VR world for you, or doing anything cool in VR, or experiencing anything? You got anything new, cool equipment or anything?
No cool equipment, not this week. I have been playing more PlayStation VR 2.
Nice.
Gran Turismo again, and I'm still playing without a wheel. I really got to look at getting a wheel. I'm sure that would make it even more immersive for me.
God, yeah.
I love that game, but I have the G27 and I can't make it work. So I need to just upgrade.
Yeah, yeah. The thing that Radio had recommended doesn't work with the
I could not
G27
get it to work.
That's
So
kind of a
I
bummer.
still have it because I couldn't return it.
So
maybe
you should just give
another.
give your son your wheel and then go.
I did, yeah,
Go
he
buy
took
a
it.
whole new motion simulator rig. Don't spend $50 or $100. Go spend a couple grand and go get the most expensive thing you can find, and then like really get into it.
I can't. I just bought another VR headset, so I gotta.
What?
slow
What'd you
down a little
buy?
bit. Well, I bought the big screen.
The big screen Beyond?
Yeah,
we all
yeah.
do that. I thought you bought another one.
No,
Come visit. I'll give you my VR.
You have the original Yaw?
Yeah, he does.
Oh wow. Do you
Come
ever
visit. You
use
can
it?
have it. I haven't used it
Have it.
since Squadrons, I think.
Oh my god.
I mean,
That's crazy.
I wasn't a big Sim fan to begin with.
Right.
And then it hasn't added any new games with support in forever. So yeah, I gotta dust it every once in a while. It's getting annoying.
Yeah, right. It just takes up space.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my
He
god.
just holds blankets.
I actually did
Holding pillows right now.
I did get a new piece of hardware, but I haven't even opened it yet. I literally just got it like yesterday. I got one of these.
I know. I'm super jealous.
I know.
What is
I think
that?
If
Rokid
things go
Max.
well, I think you'll get one, but we'll have to see. This is a Rokid Max. It's like they're touted as AR glasses, but these are not AR glasses. They are like media glasses or
Cinema
entertainment
glasses.
glasses.
Okay,
Cinema-
like
yeah,
the
I mean,
Unreal.
but you can
Just like Unreal,
but you can do cool. It's not like you can just watch movies on these things. Like Jasmine's testing them too. She got one, and she was last night. She was playing. She said she watched she watched movies in her bed for like 4 hours last night because she was just testing it out. She was just going to try it, and then she said she ended up watching like 2 series, and she said that she absolutely loved it. And then she started playing her Switch.
Yeah.
So she hooked your Steam Deck to this. You can hook your Switch to this. So I'm interested.
Yeah, I have the Unreal Air, and I plug it into my Steam Deck. I was on a flight that was fantastic.
Yep.
Cool.
I actually watched Avatar on it in bed the other night, and it's got an OLED panel. It is freaking beautiful. So a movie like that with bright colors was really good. I'm sold. I like it.
Yeah, that's what these have. These have Sony micro OLED panels in them.
Yeah.
So I'm like I said, I haven't even taken them out of the box yet. I do have the Rokid Air, which is the model that was like 2 years ago, the older model, which I still used up until recently. For exactly what you said you'd used it for, Mateo. Flights, long flights. You get in there, you can watch a movie. It's better than watching on your phone, and it looks really cool. And the sound is good.
Yeah.
Battery was the only thing I've really had an issue with, but I ended up starting to kind of like run things from my laptop on it instead of just like on my phone, and it seemed like it was fine after that. But yeah, I'm curious.
Someone said like the Steam Deck actually gets a little bit more battery life when you're running it,
really?
Because it uses less power than the screen. The screen shuts off when you plug it in.
Oh, then the standard.
So
when you plug it in,
uses a little less power.
The Steam Deck screen turns off.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, because that's the whole biggest thing with these things is they don't run on their own, but they're light. Like these ones here, the Rokid Max are the lightest of any of the little AR glasses that you'll find. Awesome. So yeah, I mean, so again, there's no battery, there's nothing that runs it. It's just basically just screens.
But the Air is already light enough. It just feels like a pair of sunglasses.
Yeah, exactly. And these are like, I don't know how many grams lighter, but it was like significant that I was like, wow, I can't believe they're that much lighter. So I'm really looking forward to it. And it comes with a whole kit now. So it's not like the Rokid Air just came with the glasses and like your plug, or whatever it was to plug it in. This has a whole kit with light blockers and things like that. So you can kind of like put this shade over it so it gets darker. So yeah, I'm really looking to get into these and check them out and see, and hopefully if they're good, I mean, hopefully we'll see more from them. But guys, let's say hello to the chat before we get too far in here, and because there's a freaking ton of people here. I got to scroll way up to say hi.
Yeah.
Hey, we have Chris 9989 says mystery guest with a hoodie. Better be a Q2C hoodie they're wearing. I don't think Mateo even has a Q2C hoodie. How dare you, Todd?
You didn't come meet me in Boston, so I didn't get one.
I know. We missed PAX East.
It was so bad.
But
I
we
wanted
did go
to
to
be
like
there.
11 other things you could have come and seen us at. Just pointing that
No,
out.
no, my wife planned something over all
You
11
know,
of them.
you have to give her the VR schedule, and then she has to plan around the VR schedule.
Yeah, the
That's
only
weird.
problem is the convention dates like aren't solid a year in advance. And she literally has to, for work, book her vacation over a year in advance.
Oh, wow.
So we just get screwed left and right, and not in a good way.
Yeah, that's tough. I know it's not easy. It's not easy. Like we got to head to AWE coming up soon, and my wife actually wanted to go, but there's just no way. There's so many things going on that
I'm gonna be in Iowa.
Ooh,
Whoa, what's going on in
wow.
Iowa? Hey, let's say hi to chat before we get to
Yeah,
Yeah,
go.
really. Okay. So let's see. Q Creator is here. Assassin32. Brandon VR. Edward Felix is here. We might see a little bit of Edward Felix here in a little bit. Todd. Shane Rhodes is here. Wolveraza. What is up, Wolveraza? How you doing, man? Wow, Tasselhoff's pretty good. He says, let's go. Is the mystery guest Mateo? That's a pretty
Ding,
damn
ding,
good
ding.
guess, dude.
That was a pretty good guess. Yeah.
Let's see. PDX VR is here. Jonathan Clark is here. Jenna Sequa, Traveling Man 3775. Diego Darko, Awesome Tatum is awesome. Todd. Let's see who else we got. Mickey Burr is here, guys. You know how cool Mickey Burr is. Mickey. So I had a set of my my Valve base stations die. My 2.0 base stations die, and I'm like, I was just telling the story to the people in Patreon meeting. And Mickey's like, you know what? I have a set of base stations I don't use anymore. I don't have a headset that even works with base stations. I'll just send you my base station. I'm like, holy shit, man. This is awesome. So yeah, I got base stations
cool.
coming for Mickey Burr to help me out with my base station problem. So super cool. You're awesome, Mickey. Diego Darko is here. Let's see. Destiny 11. Let's see. Michelle B. GT is here. What's going on, dude? How you doing? Bluebell is here. Lots of people talking. Bacardi B, Techno Glitch, Rattlehead 9026, Fourth Wall Breaker. How you doing? Midlife Kid. I already said Traveling Man. Echo into the Future is here. What's going on, man? Echo into the Future is he a Tim Horton fan, Todd?
I don't know if he is. He might be.
Yeah,
he's
VR
out east, and it's a little different out there. So
yeah. VR Spry Guy is here. Gear is here. It says yo.
And of course, we are not live on Facebook again.
Wow, what is the deal there, man?
I don't know, man. Facebook's pissed me off lately.
Jay Bratt is here, about to jump into Walkabout, but wanted to say hi first. What is up, Jay? How you doing, man? And we're going to talk a little bit Walkabout here in just a few minutes. Let's see. Hendrix Toy is here. You know who I haven't seen yet, Todd? And I always want to say his name. I'm No Spam in the Kitchen. Nick Thompson is here. Is Chatty is here. Is Substatica, App J, Show Futuristic. What's up, dude? Where is Orland Hooper, Todd?
I know he's not here.
What?
I know. I've been looking for him. He's not here.
He's not here. What's going on, Orland Hooper? I can't even do your call out. All right, do his call out anyway, Todd. Orland Hooper's jacked, yo. Yeah, he is. He is so jacked. That's for you, Orland. You're not even here, dude. Rukiki is here. What's going on, man? Gamertag VR has stopped in. What's up, dude? Astro Llama says Mateo. Let's see. Gamertag saying you're gonna love the headset, Todd. The big screen beyond.
Yeah, I'm super hyped. Like, I'm in their little pre-order Discord, the little private Discord channel that they've got going on, and they're posting pictures and all kinds of stuff. Just make me more and more excited. So
yeah, heck yeah. Blue Bottles is here. Whiny Witch, Virtual Strangers. What is up, Wes? How you doing, man? Destiny 11. Don't know if I said. Mepper is here. Oh my God, there's so many people, dude. All right, if I missed anybody, I apologize, but thank you for being here. We appreciate it. And all right, guys, let's talk some stuff. Let's talk about this PlayStation VR 2 thing, where this guy is trying to like hack the PlayStation VR 2 to get it working on PC. Mateo, number one, before we get into that, is this something that you would ever be interested in? I mean,
Of
using
course.
the PlayStation VR 2 for Steam games?
I mean, I'm definitely interested in it, and I think a ton of people, out there would love the PlayStation VR 2 as a PC VR headset. Would it be my primary driver? Probably not. I don't know. But I just, conceptually, I love the project. all for it.
Yeah, now basically what this article says is, he has been working on cracking this thing for quite a bit of time, but the article basically stated that he was stepping away, like he was getting close to getting something working. Like he had had a breakthrough, but he looked like he was getting a ton of backlash from either, his community or some people's community where
Yeah.
he was just like, I'm out. He's like, I'm not doing this anymore.
I mean,
Well,
go ahead, Todd.
the thing is that's the report that Upload reported, but it turns out that isn't actually the case at all. He's been all over Twitter the last couple days yelling at Upload saying, take down your article. Where the hell are you guys getting all this information? Why wouldn't you come to me and ask me these questions instead of posting this information? And he's taking a pause just because of life things, but like a pause as in maybe 2 or 3 days of not working on it so that he can get back to working on it. But he has no plans of giving it up.
Well, now, the only thing I have a problem with that is I'm reading the quote directly from him in one of his comments, Mateo, and he basically says, I'm walking away from this project for the time being between spiraling costs, a never ending set of obstacles put forward by the PSVR 2, unrealistic hype in blogs, abusive commentators, accusations of fraud. It has ceased to be fun. I'll be back sometime. I mean, in Uploads, defense, that sounds like he exactly said what
Sounds
the hell.
like I'm out.
Yeah, it sounds like he's out, right?
I'm noping out. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, so I've been watching this, looking at both sides, and you kind of see a person spiraling live.
Mhm.
Now, as humans, we were not meant to be getting criticism or just feedback from thousands of people at the same time.
Instantly.
We are not meant to process that, and it can really mess you up, especially when you're passionate about something and you're working really hard. So I think we just kind of witnessed this get to him, in real time. And rather than just taking a breather and saying, all right, I am going to step away. I love this. I'm going to come back. But he's just like, mental vomit is just coming out right now. Every thought that crosses his mind, every frustration, everything. But I honestly think it's a project he's too passionate about that he's not going to be able to give up on it.
Yeah, and he said, he's like, I've come this far already. Like, why would I quit? But I think you're right. Like he panicked and all over
when you
Twitter,
went from one day, I'm so happy I made a breakthrough. I'm getting the headset is authenticating with my PC. It thinks my PC is a PlayStation 5. You go there and then people have a reaction. And then a day after, you're like, that's it. I've had enough. He's clearly overwhelmed.
He's on a roller coaster right now. He doesn't know where he's going to be.
Yes.
But yeah, because that was the word I heard. I heard breakthrough. There's a breakthrough. Things are happening. I'm close, or we're like that. And then literally the next thing was, I'm out. I'm done. This is too hard.
I think the breakthrough led him straight to another dead end or another brick wall that he had to bash his way through. And he just wanted to smash his head through it at that point. And then on top of that, added annoyance, he just has all the internet noise and he can't filter it right now.
Right. That's exactly right.
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be tough. I mean, I understand. I mean, when you cannot listen to community, by the way, too. I mean, you've probably learned a long time ago, Mateo, and even me and Todd did as well, is you at some point you have to kind of turn it off because it can taint you as to what you're doing. And it can, here's the worst thing: it can actually make you change the way you would want to do things if you pay too much attention to it. And that's the biggest fear for me and Todd ever when we were doing this, is like we don't want to start changing things, and probably the same thing for you. You don't want to start changing things on because of what people say or how they criticize you.
No, I also don't want like a normal job. I want to be able to leave this when I walk away. So if the comments are going to get to me, then no, I'm taking the job with me all the time.
Right.
So yeah, I don't, it's definitely a different world working in social media, but you need that thick skin, and you need to just figure out how not to burn yourself out, how to ignore people, stuff like that, because it will destroy you.
Yeah, I can imagine. And it's got to be, for you, you have a huge channel. I mean, you get, some of your videos get huge numbers, and you give your opinions on a lot of them, even top, top 10 lists, top 25 lists, top 500 lists, or whatever of all time. And, where people can be very critical of what your opinion is. So I can imagine the comments you must get on some of those.
A jerk. I'm everything. I've been called everything. I just
Yeah.
like when I'm called a sellout, but I'm selling out to everyone at the same time.
I know,
And I'm
right?
also a hater of everyone at the same time. That's
Right?
impressive work. I'm proud of myself for
I'm
that.
proud of yourself for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was reading a tweet today by, I think it was Henry Stockdale, from Upload VR, right? I'm from Upload. Yeah. I think it was Henry Stockdale. He said, it seems like, when I'm criticizing a game, I never hear anything. But when I say something nice about a game, I'm a sellout for that game or something like that. I mean, it's like you can't win sometimes.
You
Like
cannot win.
yeah, you can't. You can't.
You can't win. Just, but the whole thing is some people can't help themselves. They just want to, get a reaction out of you, or other people have a strong opinion, and on the internet you're semi-anonymous. So it doesn't matter. I could be as much of a jerk as I want to be.
Yeah, right.
Yep, absolutely. You know what game I would never mind being a sellout for? And that's Walkabout Minigolf.
Right.
Probably
Good
one of
segue.
the best games I've ever played, and it was a bit of a forced segue, but I think I did it pretty damn well.
I'll take
Pretty
it.
good. It was
So
pretty good. Yeah.
so we actually have a second surprise guest tonight, and let's get this going right now. This is Edward Felix. How you doing, man? From Mighty Coconut and Walkabout Minigolf. How's it going, dude?
G'day, team. How's it going?
Awesome, man. Awesome. Coming on to us all the way from
Excellent.
Australia tonight. And thank you for the good day, because that makes me feel good, dude. How you
Yep,
doing today?
Exactly.
It's a real thing we say. People don't believe it, but it's real. I'm not sure if everyone else in Australia says it, but I say it basically nonstop. And I like to think of myself as a representative of the whole country.
Exactly.
You know what is so weird is, like, I've seen there has been a switch in the in America where people, number one, I do it myself, say no worries anymore. That was absolutely an Australian thing for many times. I have an Australian friend who said no worries for years, and then even the good day mate thing, people say that here all the time too. Now, do you get pissed off when other countries like grab your shit and you're like, that's our stuff, dude?
No, I want to spread it. Think of Australia as like a virus, but it's fun to spread around. Just share that weird joy. I'll start exporting spiders out to you guys. You'll love
Love
them.
it. Oh my god, that's the one thing I think I would freak me out the most if I ever had to move to Australia.
I didn't realize they were a thing. Like, I was like, oh, spiders. Yeah, whatever. They're just there. You don't really notice. And then I went to the States and there weren't any. And I'm like, oh, I see what everyone's on about. Yeah. Okay. You got a point.
Yeah, we don't have hand-sized spiders just sitting in our shed eating birds.
No.
Doesn't happen here.
Keeps the bird population down, though. So really,
Doesn't even phase him.
Yeah, right. The spider population goes up, the bird population goes down.
isn't that not what
Perfect.
we're all after? Surely.
100%, 100%. But Edward, thank you for being here, man. And let me just introduce you real quick too. You were the modeling lead for Mighty Coconut and Walkabout Minigolf. And I just want to say, first off, congratulations on an amazing launch onto the PlayStation VR 2 today, man. That's a big deal. And or is it today or tomorrow? Is it tomorrow?
It's
Today?
today. It's
Today,
out.
yeah. Yeah,
It's
right
happening.
now.
Which is
Oh my
kind of
God.
weird, because PlayStation normally does Friday launches of games too. Usually it's a Friday thing for PlayStation. It's usually like a Thursday thing for Meta. But yeah, congratulations on that, man.
I think just no one wanted to be in the office like launching on a Saturday, freaking out.
Yeah,
I
right.
know, right?
So we've got ourselves an extra day of buffer for
And then you can chill come Saturday.
yeah, we've got a
Hopefully.
day for everything to go horribly wrong.
Right,
But
exactly.
after that we can relax.
So let's talk a little bit about the PlayStation VR 2 version of Walkabout Minigolf. I mean, I got in there for a little bit myself this morning just to kind of get a look at it, check it out. It looks beautiful. Pretty much, I mean, it's 1-to-1, right? I mean, it's the exact same game you're going to play on other platforms, but with those OLED screens of that PlayStation VR 2 headset, the colors just freaking pop on the screen.
It's effectively, the best version because the PlayStation VR 2 headset is so good. And yeah, until that guy gets it working on PC, that's where you're going to really get those fantastic colors.
Right.
And, unlike the Quest, we're not having to LOD, which is where you swap out a model for a lower detail one, as aggressively. And we're not having to turn off small objects in the distance or when you're in God mode. So it really is the best version of the game. It'll still be the same gameplay, the same levels. You can still play with everyone. But in terms of just, enjoying it, I have to admit, think it might be the best one.
Well, that's
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah, I mean, I bet. I mean, this. I've said this about a couple of different games now. Like Star Wars: Tales from the Galaxy's Edge, by far the best edition PlayStation VR 2. Love the game on both, but I mean, if I'm going to play the one or the other, I'm absolutely playing it on PlayStation VR 2. What was the other one I recently just played? Oh, it was Zombieland, Headshot Fever. Amazing on the PlayStation VR 2. It's a completely different game for me on that game than it is the other.
Zenith
Mateo,
as well.
anything for you that like stands out? Have you played those other titles and ports?
Honestly, I think the one was just Star Wars because that extra level of fidelity just
Star Wars would definitely deserve that level of quality.
Yeah.
That type of game is about immersion, and it was lacking on the Quest.
which is a pity. It's incredible that it ran on the Quest. I was super impressed, but also, oh my god.
The difference, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yes,
said in
yeah,
the video, whatever platform you have, go get this game. It's really good. But if you have a choice, go play it on the PlayStation VR 2. Like, to me, it's worth another buy. There's not many games I would say that, you go from one to the other where it's worth another buy. The Walkabout Minigolf, Tales from the Galaxy's Edge, Zombieland, Headshot Fever, these are games that I would go and buy on a different platform because to me, the visuals in Walkabout Minigolf are just the OLED screens in there just make and Walkabout has the color palette to make everything look so rich and so clean that it's just gorgeous in that headset.
It's been really fun sort of just seeing it on PlayStation 2. It does just feel that little bit extra crisp, but because fun modeling fact, Walkabout is one of the highest poly games, if not the highest poly game on the Quest. I know it's a low poly art style, but we aren't using high resolution textures, so all of our computing budget just goes into shoving more polygons in. Normally the Quest wants to render about 80,000 triangles at any moment, and we're pushing 600,000 because you can see the whole level and you can see everything. And so it was really nice. Normally everything we do is just trying to just push it as much as we can, and then the PlayStation comes along and just goes, that's nothing, you're all good. It's a great day.
Yeah. Now, Edward, I mean, I imagine you guys have been working on this version of the game for quite some time. I know everybody, for a long time, PlayStation VR1 owners were like, when are we going to see Walkabout, on this headset, and I imagine at some point you guys must have had to pivot off of the PlayStation VR1 and just say, we're going to focus on the PlayStation VR2. Was that something that you had to make a decision of?
I think most of these decisions come down to just how many people, can access it and how much future a platform has. Because at a certain point, it costs a lot of money to port something across, and say PlayStation 1, getting depreciated. Are people going to still be able to play it? What sort of support are we going to get from Sony in, just importing something across and making it work? So there's always just a moment where you have to do that sort of, what can we do and how can we do it? The goal is just to bring it to as many people as possible. We want the game to be as accessible as possible. We do a lot of testing, make sure that you can always do everything. Say if you're like in a wheelchair, stuff like that. We just want everyone to be able to mini golf effectively.
Was it an easy port, or has this been like a year long?
My question.
Yeah,
how dare you take Mateo's question?
Sorry, Mateo. How long a process has it been to get yourself?
Oh,
ready
it's been
for
a while.
today?
It's been a while.
Was it more about like just enhancing it, or was it just hard to port?
It's more making sure that it meets all of Sony's expectations.
Right.
The important thing in terms of developing for any platform is, so it's sort of easier to do with something like Quest or PlayStation because they're fixed specifics. They've got, one set of drivers. We know exactly how it's going to work. Whereas, whenever you're developing a game for a PC, it's like, okay, let's try and figure out every graphics card, RAM, processor combination, and headset, make sure they all run. And sometimes one of them will just into the air randomly. But also Sony, they take it really seriously. They got really high expectations. They really know exactly how it has to be. Whereas, say, we've grown as the Quest platform has grown. It's one of the earliest games on Quest. It's really hung out for a long time. So as Quest has become more refined, we've just been able to slowly do it along with it. So then it's okay, well, that works for here, and we just need to make sure that what we're doing, Sony is really happy with, and we're not about to ruin their brand or their machine. And I think it's not so much, it's not like difficult. There's just a lot of things to do, but none of the things make you pull your hair out. It's just like, okay, well, here's the next thing.
Oh, that's good.
So what I didn't get a chance to do today was actually play much of the golf because I was in a hurry and I just really wanted to look at it and see. So tell us a little bit about like, is there any haptics in here with like the headset and anything like that, or triggers, or probably not? I assume, right?
Just your standard controller haptics. There's, as much as we wanted to play with the PlayStation headset haptics, there's nothing really there in terms of gameplay.
So I can't walk up to a tree and bang my head.
Bang your head. That would have been awesome.
Swing at each other.
Well, I mean, there's the Battle Royale mode coming,
Yeah,
obviously.
Oh,
where it
yeah,
just
there he goes.
becomes,
Confirmed right here.
just
Edward
beat
said
each other
Battle
to
Royale
death
mode
with
coming.
golf clubs. But apart from that,
Love it. Love it. Let me ask you this: have you worked on most of the courses in your job, or and if you have, can you tell us one of your favorites?
oh my god, that's going to be really hard. I love all of them. So I've touched every course in the game as it's
Wow.
gone on. Some of them were much more mine. So early on, it was Lucas, who's the head of Mighty Coconut, was just making it by himself as a lockdown project. And then I joined doing modeling, and then Henning is the art design as the level designer, and now there's like a team of 30 something people. It's
Right.
quite
Crazy.
substantial.
Yeah.
But so early on, Henning would design, say, the space station, a really basic sort of block out, and then he just gave it to me, and they said, "All right, see you in a couple months. Hope there's going to be a level at the end of that." So I've really got a soft spot for like the space station because it was just me, myself, and I for ages. But also then later on, Shangri-La is sort of the best because it just looks so nice. And that one we now had lots of concept designers and modeling it with other people, but it's really pretty. So I think those are my two highlights. One for personal reasons and one because it's actually just lovely.
Where do you guys get your new concepts from? Like, does everyone throw stuff out there and you vote on it?
So the sort of unofficial rule is the best idea wins, no matter what, about anything, who it comes from. QA guy might go, I don't know, have you thought of this? And if it's the best idea, it doesn't matter any hierarchy, who it's from. It's just the best idea wins. And we have a mural of all the ideas and things we want to pursue. And it's got literal thousands of courses on it now that
That's
we want
awesome.
to make. If people keep, buying them and enjoying them, we will be here till the heat death of the universe making mini golf courses.
Love that.
Holy
And
crap!
there's,
I'm
like,
playing Walkabout when I'm 80.
I want to be making Walkabout when I'm 80.
There you go.
I've always said this. Walkabout is like one of those games that doesn't need Walkabout 2.
No.
Because the
No, we
way that you
never-
guys
never
do your
don't need
courses
that.
and the way that every DLC is, it's like its own little mini universe within the game. Like you can just be putting out DLC forever. Like it's
And that's the
brilliant.
thing, we can put in new features to the game. We can
Yeah.
we were just testing a new game mode, which is totally ridiculous. That can just overlay on courses, and that can
Upside
just
Down was
happen. We
totally
don't have to
ridiculous.
make a whole new game. And if we make a new game, all we're really going to do is split the player base, because it's like, oh, who's playing Walkabout 2? Oh, I want to play with you. Oh, but I've got Walkabout 1. And
Right.
whereas this way, people can just keep playing forever, especially if you've got a bunch of friends and only one of them wants to get the new level, but they can still all play together on that level. Just
Right.
making sure that the most people can have fun at any moment.
Yeah, and how about the package you get now for PlayStation VR 2? Because I think if you buy the whole package, you get every course now, right?
Yeah, there's a I think it's called a hole-in-one.
Yeah.
WHOLE package. I'm sure David, who's our head of marketing, giggled for hours over that.
I'm
one.
I'm sure he's proud on that one.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, we've wanted to do packages, like DLC bundles and such for ages, and we finally have enough levels, enough things worth doing. But of course, releasing on a new platform, it's always a good idea to just say, well, here's everything you missed, and we'll make it cheaper because you guys haven't had as much time to have fun with it.
I'm sure all the PlayStation VR2 owners out there who, that's their only headset are just like freaking out today because it's one of the things that, like, if you see like the crossover and the arguments between the two platforms, it's always, well, we got Walkabout Minigolf, and like they're like, well, we don't have that, yeah. But now everybody's got it, and there's a huge player base now that's able to play this game. Tell us, is it cross play? I assume with everybody.
Yeah.
So Steam players will play with Quest players. Will play with PlayStation players.
It's one of the reasons we kept everything independent. So all of our servers, ones that we run, it's so that we can make sure that everyone has same access. When we didn't have avatars in the game. You were just sort of a gray floating head. And then Meta brought out their avatars, which are really nice, if not a little heavy to run. And people kept going, oh, you got to put those in, you got to put those in. And we're like, we can't. We're working on the Steam version. We're working on other versions.
Right.
We need our own system. But it has meant we've been able to put in stupid things like a cat that sits on your head or your face being a giant clam.
I'm not going to say
That's
it.
all that matters, really.
Don't say it.
Because of my guest here, I'm not going to say it. But everybody in chat knows what I want to say. I will say, Edward, we played tonight. Michelle B says we played tonight 2 Quest 2s, a Quest Pro, a Valve, and an XR Elite. Love the crossplay. That's pretty amazing, man, across all those headsets.
I just love to hear that people are playing it, to be honest.
And it just shows that everyone loves this game. Like, listen, I hate mini golf. I enjoy this game. I enjoy
really
this game.
funny. I've got my swag,
I
from
know.
work
I'm
jumper,
checking that out. That's pretty good.
And
Yep.
I know.
and I wear
have
it
one of
around,
those.
and people go, "Oh, you really like mini golf?" And I'm like, "Nah."
No.
I actually
bad
have
at
one of those in a T-shirt, the exact color and everything. One of the coolest events I got a chance to do. We got to get a chance to
Oh,
go
right.
to Austin for South by Southwest this past year, in March. And one of the events was Walkabout Mini Golf was putting an event on at a mini golf course, and we got to play mini golf with the whole entire team, most of the team from Mighty Coconut, or a lot of the team from Mighty Coconut. There was people there from Resolution Games. There was people there from Alchemy Labs. It was just a great event. And then Lucas announced the collaboration with Meow Wolf.
Right.
How excited are you about Meow Wolf? And tell us everything that you're working on right now with Meow Wolf.
Okay.
Spoil
we've
everything.
got about, I think, 13, 14 courses in production right now.
Wow.
They take about a year to make, often a bit longer. So we are so ready. We've started planning and organizing courses for 2025. So, it's still going. It's still going. Meow Wolf was really exciting because we're all big art nerds. It's the most wild thing. It's a bunch of people got together and went, let's make the weirdest art installation ever. And everyone loves it. And being in Australia, I haven't managed to get to one. And so I'm like, oh, fantastic. I'll be able to do it in mini golf. That's fine. I don't need to go to the real one. I'm good.
They're pretty wild, man. There's quite a few of them around the United States, and I think in different countries as well. But I know definitely there's one in Las Vegas. There's one in I think there's one. I know there's definitely
one in New York.
Yeah, and there's one in Denver too. There's one in Denver, Colorado, as well. But yeah, they're pretty amazing. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but there's going to be like a real life course, right? Or it's a conjunction with Meow Wolf and Walkabout. So it's not going to be just in the VR game. There's going to be another collaboration that's actually physical, right?
Currently, I'm not sure. Lord knows now that you've put the idea out into the universe, someone's instantly started working on it.
Absolutely.
But
It's almost done.
in
Right.
terms of what's on my desk that I'm actually aware of, it's just the VR version. So what we're doing is we're taking one of their existing spaces and we're converting it. So it's not new. So it's not a new one. It is the Numina space.
Okay.
Which sort of like I don't want to say a big seed pod, but it sort of reminds me of a big seed pod. And the whole universe is like a conscious being, as is, Meow Wolf sort of thing. Right. And we're converting that. So it's sort of like being at the actual space, but you also happen to have mini golf. And it's a weird course, guys.
Oh, yeah.
I can't spoil too much, but it's really weird. Everyone's having a lot of fun. And people, and we've got our connections with Meowwolf, and people go, "Oh, can I do this?" And they go, "Yes, of course, that's insane. Do it." And so it's
Those are the cool things you
absolutely
can
out
do.
there.
Like the upside down one. I mean, the things
was
that you
so
were able to do with that one that were just like off the board were so cool. But I do have to say, probably mine. I'll give my favorite. I think 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea is still my favorite. How about you Mateo and Todd?
I will admit I haven't played a lot of the extended courses. I'm always. I'm sorry. I'm
Everyone's
sorry.
like, what the hell?
Oh my god!
Damn, you threw me under the bus here. I don't know if I have a favorite course. I'm always just in there, just like chatting it up. Honestly,
Mhm.
sometimes just driving. I actually like going to the little Target range and just hanging out with my buddies.
Yeah, that's cool too.
Yeah, and just
Yeah,
being
that's
like,
cool.
"Listen, I'm better than you."
Right.
And start chipping them out there. I
Yep.
love it. I want
When
an
you get
actual
that
chipper though. I want a
perfect like
chipper.
stroke, and you just keep nailing it perfectly.
Yeah.
Have you flown out while other friends are taking shots?
No, I have not tried that.
You turn into a target.
Oh, that's awesome.
What?
If someone's
That's so
flying
cool.
out
I
of
had no
target
idea that
range,
either.
they turn
Easter
into a
egg.
target.
Oh, and you can hit your
Wow.
friends. I love this. Todd,
Now
we're
we
gonna
gotta
do this.
try
What am I
that
talking
this
about? That's
weekend.
the perfect thing for the PSVR head haptics.
Yeah, there you
Right.
go.
That would have
What
been
am I
great.
doing?
Go.
Yeah.
That would have been awesome. All right, you know how everybody in chat right now is going, "Oh my god, I'm going in there later and I'm going to do this."
I expect the head haptics to be implemented by tomorrow morning.
I'll just let the
You
tech
guys
guys
may
know. Just
have to work on Saturday after all. I'm sorry.
Yep, it's
I'm
coming.
sorry. Yeah.
Todd, how about
I'm
you?
gonna-
What's your favorite course now, dude?
I'm going to agree with you. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Well, you and I have done every expansion and every DLC, or we've played them ourselves or with other groups in the community. Upside Down, I had a ton of fun in. It was so much fun and so weird. Every hole was just such a unique experience that I was giggling through the whole video. But 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea was just gorgeous. It was just so well done. I really like that one.
I think it's nice that it's really confined. So everything's that really good distance where it just feels full, and
Yeah.
I don't know. That one just feels almost like a hug, a very robotic hug, but a hug nonetheless.
Yeah, right. And the dark version is so good too. Like, yeah, it's really good. I like that one.
We had way too much fun with it. Honestly, I
can
could say
imagine.
that about every course. I mean, some courses are nightmares to put together. There's one that's releasing maybe this year or next year that's been in production since the Gothic Castle came out. It's just
Wow.
one of those ones where nothing works, and I'm so excited for it to come out. We're all just going to be drinking champagne for weeks.
Oh
But
man.
20,000 Leagues was a dream, and everyone really loved it, and everyone had wonderful ideas, and it was just a fight to see how much stuff we could put in.
I find that whenever we're in there, the topic of conversation always ends up with what should Walkabout do next? What do you think should be the next? And I'm sure you guys, like you said, you've got a wall with 1,000, sticky notes on it. I think all of us that play this game have the same wall. There's so many ideas that we always constantly are throwing out. It's just amazing to hear that you've got till 2025 already planned out with DLC and new courses. That's just mind-boggling.
Well, those are the ones that we're actively working on. There's more planned after that, but the ones we've started.
I can name like 10 right now. I want Jurassic
I mean,
Park.
do it.
I want
It's a
Jurassic
terrible
Park.
question for me because I can't answer. I can't say I want this.
No, I'm going to
one.
list them off, and you probably are like, "Yep, I got that one. Yep, we got that one."
Right? That's
Because
what
I'm
I'm
going to say,
thinking.
I want Jurassic Park. I want Back to the
Yep.
Future. I want
Yep.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
I want
they can
Hogwarts
make a great
Castle.
course out of anything.
Anything that you can think
Mhm.
is awesome. You just got to go out and get all those IPs. Can you do that?
Oh, no.
Lucas,
I'm hoping we're big enough soon that IPs will come to us.
Yeah,
should be. Right now, they should
please
be.
make Walkabout courses.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Brandon VR says South Park. And then he says Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Jesus, that would be awesome too.
Yeah.
The trick is,
Simpsons course would be
if
awesome.
you're trying to think of good levels, it's got to be one where the environment is a character. Because we can, like in Labyrinth, we had the characters there, but they're not
Right.
the exciting part.
Right.
It's
It was the
being
labyrinth.
in the labyrinth itself.
Right.
So labyrinth is a character.
But like
Same with
Simpsons, you could
20
have levels inside of Moe's Tavern and inside their house, and like through the car that everybody knows. Like, yeah.
I just
Super
keep
cool.
thinking of like games where I want to, like Bioshock. I want to do Rapture.
Yeah,
That
see,
would
that's
be
where my
amazing.
head was going. Something dark, something
That's cool.
freaky. But
But
I
also,
don't
they should
know,
just port that Come on,
Yeah.
give me Bioshock in VR. I want it like yesterday.
Yeah, right.
I know. You can do it, and you can mod it and do it, or you can actually even do it in the Half-Life
Half-Life Alyx mod is
engine.
excellent.
Yeah, you can play
Someone's-
Bioshock in there.
The Bioshock mod, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, Return to Rapture.
Return to Rapture.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's really good. They've
Well,
really
that's my
upgraded
weekend sorted.
it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Go check it out.
Might take more than the weekend because you're gonna have to change your diapers in between.
It's not
It
for
sounds
that.
like the first time playing Bioshock. The medical pavilion was horrifying.
I'm going
Yeah.
through the chat here, and Atlantis seems to be everyone's favorite course.
do like
there's a
Atlantis
lot of
a lot,
votes for
too.
Atlantis. Lots and
Atlantis
lots.
at night
It was
is
beautiful.
one of the coolest courses. It really is.
Oh,
Yeah,
a
seeing the-
Farscape course.
Yeah,
that
that
would
would
be
be
good.
cool. There's a lot of them. Fraggle Rock, Dark Crystal, Walking Dead.
So when I think VR though, I think play with scale. I think that always works really well in VR.
Yeah.
So
Right,
like
Rock
if
would
you're
be
like
cool.
What are we doing?
like Toy Story, like
Mhm.
you're the size
Yeah.
of a toy in a real life house.
That's a
Heck
good
yeah.
idea.
That would be super cool too. Awesome. Edward, thank you for being here tonight, man. Thank you for coming in and talking to us about Walkabout Mini Golf. This was a huge day for Mighty Coconut, for Walkabout Mini Golf, for PlayStation VR 2 owners that haven't had a chance to play this game. This is a big deal for everybody in the VR world. So thank you so much for being here, and congratulations. Tell the team we said congratulations, and we'd love to have you come back on sometime soon and talk about some more.
I got a
courses.
story for Eric before he leaves.
Oh yeah, please.
Quick Walkabout Mini Golf story. I put my daughter, in Walkabout Mini Golf because she likes mini golf, and 2 seconds in, it was a disaster. But it's a good story though. So I put her in. I taught her how to play. She hit the ball. She hit it down the course and immediately ran for it at full steam. Like she was doing a real course.
Did she
And I
hit a
screamed
wall?
at the top. I was like, "No, stop!" And she just slammed into the wall.
Oh my god! Tell
Oh,
me you
no.
had a
And she
camera
just
recording
bounced
that.
right off. She's a kid. She's made out of rubber. She was fine.
Oh my
Now, I
god!
wish I had that videotaped.
Oh
She
my
was
God.
fine, but oh my god, full steam, just
Oh,
no
man.
hesitation.
that is
Oh no! I
it's
shouldn't laugh,
terrifying and
that's
awesome at the same
hilarious.
time.
The headset protected her head. It was like a helmet.
It
Yeah,
was like-
right.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god, that's
Who needs
amazing.
head
Now
happens
you
when
can
have
let
a
him go.
wall? Yeah.
On that awesome note, thank you very much, Edward. Appreciate
Thanks
it,
for having
and
me,
we'll see you
guys.
soon again. Congratulations, man.
Cheers, man. We'll talk
Thanks
to
for
you
coming.
later.
All right, take it easy.
Yes.
Man, so
Oh,
cool. I
that was
love
cool.
damn, I love Walkabout Mini Golf. We've had Lucas on, Lucas Martel,
Mhm.
the CEO, to talk about it as well. And it was nice to get somebody in with a bit of different perspective, being
Yeah.
a 3D modeler for that. So
You could
that
tell
was
how
cool.
passionate he was.
Right?
Yeah,
That's always great.
Yeah, and to work on, like, I didn't even know his background. He's worked on every course. That's
That's great.
freaking awesome.
Probably a good close knit team at this point.
Oh heck yeah, yeah. I mean, and they've grown, quite a bit. But I imagine that core team, a lot of the people are probably still there from the beginning, which is amazing when you can kind of build yourself up. I love seeing like developers catch fire with games like this and just grow so
Yeah.
big. I was talking to the Swordsman team not long ago, man, and great things happened from them. They started as a super small studio. They're like bordering on like 25, 30 people now in that
Yeah,
studio.
they
Amazing.
came a long way too. Because when that game launched, it was a little rough. It needed some work, and they weren't. They didn't just walk away and be like, whatever, we made our money. They've just been working on that game for years now, and they've added so much. It is solid. It got solid.
Really is, and literally they just added a new update, which is
Ranged,
their
yeah.
ranged update, which I haven't even had a chance to check out yet. But I mean,
Not enough time to check everything out.
I know.
Oh.
Guys
It's
said,
really
every
ridiculous.
course. I don't have time for every course. You guys don't invite me to the Walkabout Mini Golf games. So.
Now we got to start. We got to start doing it.
Yeah.
So
You're
we
on the
talk
list,
about all these
man.
courses.
All right, put me on the list.
That's it. That's it. Todd, let's give away a key, man. It's been like an hour, man, and I'm having withdrawals about giving keys away. I don't even know what we're giving away tonight. Did you even tease what we're giving away?
I
To your
haven't
house?
teased it yet. No.
My house?
Yeah, we're
Mercedes?
giving away-
What keys we giving away?
We're giving away Eric's Rokid Max.
Oh, what? We are? Nice. That guy's awesome.
Oh damn!
Surprise!
Brandon VR says we're giving away feet rubbing simulator.
Yeah.
Did you guys see this? Have you played this car detailing simulator game?
I
No.
played a side quest version for Sidekicks about 6 or 7 months ago. Ridiculously addictive, like ridiculously addictive. But this new one is like
What?
the brand name one that's on Steam that's come out with a VR mode.
I mean, are these a thing really that people
It's
want to do?
getting
these
a ton
things?
of
VR
attraction,
thing.
man.
I mean,
It
I
is-
played Car something simulator.
Well,
One
it
of
was
them.
like Car Wash Simulator, right? Was the other one that was like
I think so.
was a
Car
side quest
Mechanic
game.
Simulator. That's the one I played.
I just
Oh, that one
think-
sounds like work. You have to actually
Yeah,
like
it does
move a
sound like
wrench and
work.
stuff?
It is
that's what I
work.
mean. They're all work.
Yeah,
Like
they're
who
all
wants to do
work.
that? Like who
Yeah,
wants to do
I
like
got enough
like
crap to
lawn
do
mowing
around the
simulator?
house. Come on.
Like I don't want to do lawn mowing simulator. Like take the garbage out simulator. I don't wanna fucking do these things, man.
I did farming simulator a few months back.
Oh, how
Why?
big of a
Yeah.
garbage thing was that?
Oh, it was a dumpster fire. Oh my god. it was
Power.
so
That's what it
bad.
was. Power wash simulator. So you get to do like I don't
Yeah.
want to power wash my house. Why?
Yeah, come on.
and
You could power wash here for free
Seriously,
all day long.
You don't even have to put a VR headset on. Holy shit! You know who just stopped in, Todd?
Hmm.
Orland Hooper. Orland Hooper's Jack, yo. Damn right he is. Orland, where you been, bro?
Where you
I had to
been,
do
man?
I had to do your soundbite without you. You know who else has a great soundbite that I always like to hear every week, and even though they're not here, you got to play it. Is Tribe Grey Wolf.
It's Grey Wolf.
Like a boom, 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 boom.
Mateo, you need a soundbite like that.
I was just thinking. I was sitting here
Oh my god.
Festering in jealousy. F is my soundbite.
I know. We just gotta steal.
Just clip that. Where the F is my soundbite?
We gotta steal the sound bites, man. Well, Rose says snow shoveling simulator.
okay.
Yeah. When
Yeah.
did the simulator things be? I mean, I understand they were like big, job sim, vacation sim. Some
I
of
think
the
they were
cooking
made
games.
as a joke, and then someone was like, "Holy crap! I made some money."
Yeah, 20,000
Yeah,
people just
I need to do
downloaded my
that
game.
too. What was
I
the
think
one
you're
I
right.
just saw? This shaving simulator. Did you see this thing?
It's been out for a year. They just came out with an update.
But it was, I mean, back in the day, the joke was goat
Like
simulator.
barbershop, and there's tattoo
yeah,
simulator.
goat simulator. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but Goat Simulator was a satire joke. Like,
Yeah,
like,
and
it was
they
literally
made money.
hardcore goat. Like, come on.
I mean, there literally is a game called Ashi Wash, which is a feet washing simulator.
Yeah, it is. I haven't
Steam
tried it.
VR game. You haven't tried it? Of course you haven't. It's freaking feet washing. Why would you?
Yeah.
Who is watching? Who's doing that? Nobody's doing that.
I just want to give a quick shout out to Samson143VR for a $5 super chat. Edward and Mateo won an all-star cast this week. Got to head out, but looking forward to listening to the show later.
Damn, nice,
Thanks,
man.
Samson.
I didn't even see that for super chat. Thank you for calling it out.
Mhm.
What did somebody just said? Chris9989 said Mateo's soundbite can be his horn from Dash Dash World.
Oh,
What
yeah.
does your horn say?
I have a car in Dash Dash. Yeah, it goes. I think it goes beep beep. Get out of my way.
He's got that
Okay, now I'm
with
gonna
the,
clip
with the
that.
New York accent. I love it.
Yeah.
Get the hell out of my way.
So I sit there and just keep hitting the horn in game.
You can hear yourself in game. That's pretty
Okay, so-
awesome. You got a soundbite in game.
Yeah,
That's
they
pretty good.
laughed when I did that.
I
Yeah,
love
that's
it.
cool.
I love that game.
We're
man.
gonna give
Dash Dash
away
World's such a good
Acron
game.
from Resolution Games. It's a resolution night. We're gonna give away a key to Acron, a key to Cookout, another good multiplayer party game,
Sandwich tail.
Ooh, yeah.
and
It's probably the only cooking game I think I'd play. to be
It's
honest.
fun. I played.
yeah,
I
because
played
it's
it
less
with
about the
Cole back in
sandwiches
day.
and more about throwing shit at your friends, and
Yeah.
it's fun. And Arcaxer, which is one of my favorite games of all time. So
That is a really good game too. I like Arcaxer a lot.
and I
They're
think
working on
Mateo
Arcaxer too.
has Arcaxer because I'm pretty sure I gave you a
Yep.
key to that.
Yeah,
Have you tried it?
I every time I'm on, apparently you have those guys on too.
They're
I
such
know,
good
right?
dudes. I love those guys.
Have you tried it yet?
Yeah, I mean I haven't played too much. I played about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's definitely really cool. It's really unique. I don't know what else I was playing at the time that I shifted to and then just like forgot to ever come back to it.
Right. Yeah, the perspective changes of that game I really like. It's very
Like every
very
other
cool how
game we
they've
have
done
to
it.
play. Dude,
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah,
how
right.
you, I don't know how you when you review that do you still go in and play and complete games before you review them?
Yeah, I mean the whole thing is that's why I don't do a ton of reviews. And I'm
Just
thinking of
can't.
changing that because it just doesn't feel worth it. Like
No.
here's the thing. I kind of feel like a phony. Like I have imposter syndrome. If I don't play a full game, I feel like I shouldn't be giving my opinion on it and influencing someone's purchase decision. Even if I only play an hour of a game and be like, listen, I played an hour, it wasn't captivating enough to hold me. That will probably stop at least one person or something from buying it. So
Yeah.
I get this like type of imposter syndrome, and I want to complete the game, but it's really it's not worth it. Like there's people out
hard.
there who openly give their opinion after 40 minutes in game, and they're just like, yeah, it's the worst game ever, it's the best game ever, it's this, you gotta buy it, must
Mhm.
have, scariest game, whatever. And I'm just like, I don't know. Like I don't judge them. Like you do you do whatever you feel is right. I don't feel right doing that.
Yeah.
Right.
Now
I think in the middle somewhere you can do
yeah,
it.
I'm thinking of doing something like I will play a game for an hour, and it's gonna be at the end I decide if I want to play more or not. And that'll be
That's
my
kind of how
like
I do it. It's as a
yeah.
first impressions gameplay, and I play it for an hour or 2 hours, depends on the type of game, if whether it's my genre that I prefer. But I'm very open with saying, this is a first impression, and here's my first impressions. I
Yeah.
might keep
And
playing it. I might not keep playing it.
with
Depends on the game.
most VR games, you can usually get everything you need to know in an hour.
Yeah, I think so.
Some like I'd say something like Barbaria was a little bit of a surprise that like there was like an onion, you just kept peeling back more layers
Right.
from that game.
Mhm.
You kept
So
wanting
even
to play
after a
more.
few
You
hours
kept
in,
wanting
you're
to
like,
play
oh
more.
crap, there's more mechanics.
Yeah, it was very well done.
So like that was like an odd one though. A lot of games then also like a lot of games you can get through in like 6 hours. So I will just like zone the world out over the weekend.
There you
If I, drug the kids or the wife takes the kids somewhere or something like that. That's what usually happens. I'll be like, oh, I really want to play this game. I'm going to find the time. I'm just going to steamroll my way through the game and have my review ready. And that's why, I was only doing like one review a month, if that much.
Yeah, I think I am somewhere in the middle too. Like Virtual Strangers for Strangers in the Night on Wednesday show, we cover games only. That's basically all that show is a game review. And a lot of times we like today we or this week we didn't even do a show on Wednesday because we knew we weren't going to have enough time in the games. Like we could have put an hour into each game, but it would have been like that's not what we do there. I mean, we have to. No, we don't finish games, but we have to play a significant amount of the game to really give you a good review and talk about it. So we just delayed the show until Friday just because we could do that, because we just weren't ready. And
Yeah.
there's no sense in us going in there and giving like an opinion on whether somebody because that's at the end of that show, we want to be able to say, yes, this is a good buy, or no, this is not a good buy. You can't do that based off of 45 minutes or an hour.
Yeah.
There are some games I hate in the first 45 minutes and an hour that I'm probably never going to change my mind. But there has been a few where I'm like, you know what? It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be originally, or it was at first, and it got better. The mechanics changed. I would say that those games, they probably should have thought about those things before they finished them,
Yeah.
because it was,
But it's a small studio and they don't have enough QA, and it's tough.
mhm.
Mhm.
You're gonna rely on beta testers. Their ability to provide feedback is all over the place.
Yep.
And then you have the odd developers who would just be like, you give them feedback and they can't take any criticism.
Yeah.
So they're just like, nah, you're wrong. The game's perfect as it is. I mean, and that's not limited to developers. I don't want to just call developers out. There's plenty of people in any field that do that. So, and then there's people, who genuinely want to fix things, but they just don't have the bandwidth.
Yeah, you just can't do it. Oh, I know. People are saying "What the Bat." Look. I played the demo of "What the Bat," and I'm like, "This game's garbage, yo."
You didn't play the
That
demo.
was
That was the full game, but you played 6 cities or 6
yeah.
villages.
No.
or
I mean, I
whatever.
played the demo early in when I was in Gamescom.
Oh
I
yeah,
went to
that's right. That's right.
I went to
Yeah.
Gamescom and played the demo because they were showing there, and that's
Right.
when I was like, "Wow!" I came back and told Todd, "I'm like, this is probably one of the worst games I think I've ever played." And I just didn't. I didn't talk about it back then because I was like, "It's not." I don't
Well, we
openly
didn't
look
think it
too
was
well.
actually going to happen. Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't really
Yeah.
start getting like openly shitting on that game until they announced it as like game of the year. That's when I was like,
Right.
"Whoa, this is crazy!" And then I actually went in and made a video and everything. But I wasn't even going to mess with it before then. But yeah, there are
Yeah.
some games where I'm like, "No way!"
You
I
want to
need
talk
15
about
minutes.
some garbage I played this week? I went to check out the Transformers,
Oh, I heard it was
updated
so
version for
bad.
PlayStation VR 2.
Yeah.
It's crap.
I heard it
Is
was
it
crap.
any of an upgrade at all? I have it. I just haven't had a chance to check
I
it out
haven't.
yet.
So I never played the original PlayStation version, but this doesn't look like an upgrade. And I messaged them, and I'm like, "What'd you upgrade? It looks low resolution. Like seriously, what'd you upgrade?" And like, "Oh, that's surprising to hear because we took advantage of the PlayStation 5, and it's 120 hertz. Okay, it's 120 hertz. This is still a bad game.
Is yeah, but I think it's reprojected to 120. It's 60 hertz reprojected to 120 hertz. So they're kind of skirting it. Yeah, no, I
but
think they're saying
anyway,
that, but I don't think it is.
Regardless, it looks low resolution. Like it does not look high resolution. What's going on in the world around you could be exciting if it looked good, but it doesn't look good.
Right.
So what's going on in the world around you, it is marred by the fact that it looks crappy. And then the gameplay is just an extremely mediocre on rail shooter.
Right.
Like you are just shooting bugs constantly. The adaptive trigger works against the game because it locks the trigger and makes it hard to shoot. And that's the type of game where I want to, the lightest trigger ever. And I want to fire like a madman because you have unlimited ammo. So no, the adaptive trigger is like hurting my finger because they have it set to like the highest pressure. And it just like, I don't know. And then like you're supposed to dodge bullets, but when I think about dodging bullets, I think about Space Pirate Trainer, and that's always fun dodging bullets and it's cool. This is like, no, I just pull out the shield and I'm like, block. Block.
Not good.
And then every once in a while, there's a Decepticon where you got to shoot some glowing orbs on them, and the end.
Yeah, Brian Paul said the same exact thing from PSVR Pro with the trigger. He said because he was like, get your trigger fingers ready because this one's going to like completely destroy your finger because of the adaptive trigger. So
yeah, it should be. I mean, and that's on them. They don't. It doesn't have to be set like that. And someone thought that was a good decision.
Yeah, who's playing that game? Who's testing that game? Was like, wow, this is great. My finger feels fantastic. You know what I mean? Like, who's getting through that going? No, that's amazing. Like, who's putting any time into these games? It makes you think like a game like this, who's representing Transformers, the IP Transformers. Like, who's doing that? Like, who's wow. And a game that Sony's. It's getting through Sony Q&A too, and they're like, yeah, this is a good idea. Let's put this game out because it should be out there.
Probably like, bunch of kids will buy it.
Yeah, we need some games.
Yeah, games, let's give a game away.
Yeah, do it up.
We're gonna give away a key to Acron.
Nice. This is a good one. Classic. So you can play it in VR and outside of VR. My daughter loves this game.
That's right. Felicity Prentice.
Nice. Congratulations. Yeah, new winner. Love it. That's awesome. Oh, nice. Awesome. Tatum says in chat, there should be an in-game toggle for adaptive triggers. Yeah, I mean, that would be a good.
No, they should just work right.
Yeah, or they should. Yeah. Give me a half pull.
Love that, right? When people are like, well, if you do these settings and change this and update this and patch that, then it works. Well,
and by then I'm annoyed and shut the game off.
Exactly. I'm on to the next game because I got 40 other games I've got to play. And yeah,
if I can't get like a game going in 20 minutes, goodbye.
Yeah, I hear you.
Let's talk about another game that I played a lot this past week, and you stopped in my stream the other night, and I know you played it, and you really liked this game, I think, and that's Propagation Paradise Hotel. I'll give you my thoughts real quick on it first. I had a lot of fun with this game. I think it's a good game, but I don't think it lives up to the Propagation name. I think it's a very ho-hum cookie cutter zombie shooter. It doesn't do anything different here, which I guess it doesn't have to. The problem is this game was hyped up as this is Paradise, this is Propagation, and it's going to be amazing and it's going to be fantastic. And while it is good, that's all I can say. It's good. It's a good game.
I actually, this is one of the games I didn't play through.
Oh.
I fired it up. Like, I didn't have time to make a review on it. And then I fired it up for like 30 minutes because everyone was talking about it. And I was not really getting into it. The other issue is, horror is not my favorite genre. It used to be. I used to play a ton of horror games. But like, I'm only free late at night. The last thing I want to do when I'm exhausted is like jump into a horror game and get my heart pumping. And so I kind of got to work myself up to get into the game. And then I'm like, oh, I worked myself up for this. And after like 30 minutes, I was just like, I know everyone says it gets better, but I don't want to wait.
Yeah.
I don't want to wait. I want to move on to something, something else. which has happened already.
Yeah, and it literally takes you 30 minutes just to get a gun. Like I wandered around for 30 minutes just like I was waiting for the guy I'm with to die so I can get his gun. Like I was like, is there a way I can kill you so I can take your pistol?
I know. I
'Cause
remember hearing. And your
and like
chat
I'm
was like,
wa-
"You can't kill him."
you can't kill him. And like here's the deal. It's like he's
Give me
like,
the
yeah,
gun,
you go.
dude.
He's like, you go first. I'll cover you. I don't have a gun. Why am I going first? Like he's like, yeah, I'm behind you all the way. You're like, dude, what are you crazy? Like, why does it take me 30 minutes to get? And if this is a zombie shooter, like it's
It sounds like
very
it's
much
forced
Resident
horror,
Evil.
where they're trying to scare you by forcing you into these places where you don't have any weapons or defenses.
I'm kind of okay with that, but like I feel like a lot of times what happens with VR games is they'll excel in one area and then other things get neglected. And it may be graphics or storytelling or game length or whatever. Like the majority of VR titles cannot be in the good range in all of those categories. And like you said, it doesn't feel as good as like the, old school propagation. It doesn't look, doesn't, feel as good, doesn't elicit the same reaction. So they went for more jump scares in this. Okay, fine. They went for more storytelling, but it's a mediocre story. It's also a short story, at least from what everyone's saying, not from my personal experience. Um, but and then it's also not like very VR because you're in a world where you can't touch anything, you can't interact with anything.
Yep.
So it just breaks the immersion. So is it a great VR game? It's hard to say.
It's okay. It's okay. And that's all. And here's what I said early on. I was like, very early on, I was like, this game is 3 hours long or 4 hours long. It better be great. Because if you're giving me a 3 hour game,
Exactly.
it better be really good.
Yes.
Because I'm okay with a 3 hour game if it's a freaking great 3 hour game that I'm having a blast in for the whole 3 hours.
Yes. I am willing to pay for quality. I will pay out the butt for quality. So if it was 2 hours of top-notch quality, you could take my $20 any day of the week. I know a lot of people feel different. I know a lot of people who are happy with the grind. They want a game. They want to like pay dollar per like hour. Like that's it. I want 40 hours out of my game minimum. And it's like, no, my time is so limited. I want you to give me something special. I want to fill my time with something special.
Yeah, and it's just not that, unfortunately. And again, I'm weird here because I actually would say it's buyable. Because I think price wise, I think it's $20. I want to say
Yeah.
it's
And
like
I
20 bucks.
don't
I
think
think
that's
so, yeah.
overpriced for
No,
sure.
I think I would like because I'm weird with this game. I'm like, it's okay, it's a good game, but I still would recommend people to go buy it because it is scary. There's jump scares. I just wanted more. I think I was just like, I wanted to be in love with this game. I wanted to come out of the game and go because Propagation on Steam, the demo they had, or that
Yeah.
the 30-minute demo they had was amazing. It was one of the
Yeah.
best experiences still to today in VR. Like if you really want to see what Propagation could have been, go do that demo. That thing is top notch,
But
amazing, and you don't
I
even
mean,
move.
you retelling the story of VR.
Right.
Right.
Not enough people have access to something like that. So they have to move to the platform where more people have access to. Then they have to scale it back. Then they have to spend a lot more time on optimization. And that stuff limits the overall scale of the project.
Yeah, and I get it, like, too, because that is a pre-rendered environment. You don't move in that demo. So, this is a complete, whole hotel that you get a chance to move through with, environment. So I get, I guess I wasn't expecting exactly Propagation on Steam in Steam. But I mean, like I didn't even play the Quest version. I only played the Steam version, and I just wasn't impressed graphically with it on the Steam version. I thought things looked flat, and the colors weren't,
Yeah. I mean,
weren't fantastic.
that comes from its probably Quest roots.
It is.
I mean, because I was watching you play, and I think GT popped in at one time. It was like, "Oh, it looks great on Quest," and I could feel you kind of biting your. I mean, well, he said, "Oh, it looks great on Quest. This looks gorgeous right now on PC," and I kind of felt you biting your tongue on that a little bit because it didn't look gorgeous. It didn't. I
Yeah, I
mean,
don't think I would
but
use
again,
gorgeous
though,
to describe it.
yeah. But again, though, like we all have different opinions.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking if someone says something good or anything like that. But it didn't do it for me.
Yeah, it's like I keep going back to it. It's just it's okay. How's it look on
And
Steam? It looks
but see,
okay.
then again, I might be slightly jaded here. I don't know. There's no reason for me to be, but they launched a few days early with a lot of paid reviews.
Yep.
And this is not by any means like a type of attack at anyone who did paid content for them. I do paid content. It is no way, shape, or form that. But some of them were actually like reviews, and there's a conflict of interest there. If you're gonna do a paid review there and you said, "Oh, the game sucks," they wouldn't have paid you, or they would have been, like so
Right.
so. And then listen, I didn't really watch the majority of the videos. I just saw them come up in your feed from your Discord because I see everyone
Yeah.
Yep.
posting things, and you see people popping their opinion and whatever the case is, and it's just like, God, this is totally not a knock at any of the YouTubers. This is more a knock at the studio, that you gotta know this is not a great look. When you have an embargo day for everyone, but an earlier embargo day for people who are incentivized. It's
Right.
it's not a great look. Um, and I don't know, like when I first saw that, I was having a conversation with someone. I don't want to name them. Um, for no reason. They wouldn't mind if I named them, probably, but I was just having the conversation with them, and they're like, "Oh, are reviews up of the game yet? What do you think?" I said, I only played a little bit. I don't have an opinion yet." And they said, "Oh, I trust your opinion." And they said, "Okay, I'll go check some of the reviews." Again, they said, "Are they up?" I said, "Oh, right now they have paid reviews are up. Some paid content." And maybe I shouldn't be calling them all reviews because it was just mostly paid content. Um, and I was just like, "Yeah, there's paid content up right now." And they're like, "Oh, no, I won't watch any of it." And in truth, the majority of that content is probably every YouTuber's legit impression. But they probably went for the people they know enjoy this type of content. It's tailored to the right person, which obviously
Right.
makes sense. So you found people who would be more favorable, and because they like horror, they like this, they whatever the case may be. And I'm not saying it's wrong, but it just, I said, see, now I think the game's not going to be that good, and I don't know if that gave me a preconceived
Oh yeah,
notion.
yeah.
I think the paid ones should be more of a first impressions kind of thing, but review is a
Yeah,
bad word, I think, to use on a paid.
yeah.
How can you review something if you're being paid for it?
Yeah, I think like years ago,
Your review is
Upload
biased.
got crap for that.
They did, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think in the end, I mean, I think it's like I said, it's a good game. I think it's worth the buy for people, but it's just hard now. Like when you have a game like Resident Evil 8, that is to me one of the best games I've ever played. It's tough for me to go back to a game like Propagation Hotel now because Paradise Hotel, because it's just not good enough for me anymore. Like I
But
said, I had fun in it. Like if you watch my stream, there was spots where I screamed like
yeah,
a little girl. Like I was screaming like crazy. Like I was like freaking out. I'm like, holy crap, that scared the piss out of me. So they do a good job with the jump scares, but it's just it's still mediocre though.
you also have to understand we're in a position of luxury. Like we have multiple different headsets to choose from, high-end PCs,
Right.
years of
Right.
experience. You know, if your only means of entertainment is a Quest and you don't quote unquote know any better or can't experience what else is out there, it might be more than good enough for you. It might be
Right.
absolutely amazing. And I try and put myself in that mindset when doing reviews, but I can't really. I know what
Mhm.
else is out there. I have access to that other stuff. Or maybe you're a big console person and you're like, well, this is just shallow compared to console stuff. So it's both ends of the spectrum.
Yeah, it is really hard, and you do have to kind of take those things into effect because you're right. If you're a Quest 2 only player and you've only experienced Quest 2, this is probably a fantastic game for
Yeah.
you. I mean, because you're probably only other thing you played is Resident Evil 4, maybe if you got that game, and if that is it, then this is definitely a great. That's why I still say I would still go buy this game if you're
It's
a horror.
priced well, I think.
Yeah, and
Oh
it's
yeah.
exactly it's Resident Evil. Like it very much is Resident Evil. Like even down to like the save system. In Resident Evil when you enter a room where there's a typewriter so you can go save and you hear that little music,
Mhm.
they do that exact same thing here. And it's almost the exact same music. It's very much taken as a Resident Evil game that's just not as good as Resident Evil.
Sad when that I mean, it's kind of sad when that stuff happens. But again, like I think my overall reviewing of games has lightened up because I do play a lot of Quest titles. But I know some people who have been PCVR only their entire like they started PCVR 7 years ago. They're still only PCVR, and they've remained like their bar is still like this high.
Yeah.
Like those people are like, Vertigo 2 kind of disappointed me. And I look at Vertigo 2 and I'm like, oh, that absolutely blew me away because between the last 7 years, I probably played 200 mediocre Quest titles.
Right.
So I'm comparing it to everything else out there.
Yeah, it's so watered down now with some of these titles, like, especially on the Quest, that it's tough for if you play a lot of them, it's tough to like, and if that's the only thing you can play. I mean, that's why you hear people all the time say, if there's any way you can get to PCVR, I'd love to show you some things because there's amazing things
Yeah.
out there that you can do that you just can't do in a standalone. And but it doesn't diminish the standalone. Like I think the standalone, if that's all you can do, I think it's an amazing thing. But I really love it more as a stepping stone into what VR really.
It's it's absolutely insane to think about it. And like then, I do occasionally feel like such an elitist jerk because childhood me would like, crap his pants if you put one of these headsets on me. I mean, it is so far beyond anything I got to experience as a kid. Never imagined this is possible. I mean, I grew up on the Ninja Turtles. Actually, I grew up on Atari originally. We
Yeah.
had games where like, E.T. and
Joust.
which was just terrible. And
Yeah.
what was the stupid one?
PT was like the
Pitfall?
worst game of
Oh
ever.
my God, Pitfall.
Pitfall, where I always time the jump wrong.
Yep.
I mean, this is what I grew up on. So to see it come this far and have access to that, but we also know, like, after you experience something like Half-Life Alyx, Ascot's Wrath, you know what it could be. So
Right.
you're frustrated.
Yeah. Yep. And I think we're getting there. Like, I mean, like people are saying in chat here. I mean, I think we're getting there. Like, Quest 3 will raise the bar. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that's going to raise the bar high enough to where some of those standalone experiences are going to be amazing. And I think they're going to be great. And yeah, I mean, I think we're getting there. And let's transition that into a couple other topics. Let's talk about Zenith because that's another one that kind of landed today with this new DLC. And this is another game that's played across every platform and looks really good on everything. Like the Zenith is a game that looks great on Quest. It looks really, really good on PC. And now I don't know if you guys have tried it on PlayStation VR 2, but it looks fantastic on
Yeah.
PlayStation
I
VR
haven't
2.
yet. I've been waiting.
Looks
for
like a
this
different
update.
game to me.
I
Like,
started playing the game on Quest originally, and I was getting a personal tour by Ramen. And
Nice.
then I switched over to PCVR, and I was like, all right, now we got a
Now we're
game,
talking.
man.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
the draw distance is excellent.
The water.
The graphics look good. It's
Water
actually
looks
fun to
better,
fly around and stuff now. It really looks nice. But Zenith is not really my cup of tea. I had my issues with it.
Yeah, it wasn't for me either. It didn't hold my attention. To me, it was more the community that held my attention in Zenith because we kind of went in together and did some stuff. But without the community, it just wasn't for me because that's
Yeah.
not my type of game. I think it's amazing, and I think for people that like MMOs, if you're an Orbis fan or if you're a fan of any kind of like even flat MMO, and you want something in VR, I think you can really, really.
But see, and this is where we come back to what I was talking about before. If you are historically a huge MMO fan, Zenith doesn't deliver.
It's
It
shallow.
doesn't have enough mechanics, and the mechanics that are there just might not be fun enough.
Yeah, I don't know. I disagree. I'm a major MMO fan. I've played
How
MMOs
dare
for
you.
20 years. And I think it struck all the right parts that were missing, right? Like it's the only thing like it that we have in VR. Orbis
Yeah, but
doesn't
it's
count. Orbis
that's
is
like
a garbage factory to me. I didn't like that at
that's
all.
no, but that's kind of like you're settling. I really want an MMO in
But
VR.
for sure, I'm
so this
settling
is what
because I don't have
got.
any other choices. What else am I going to play?
Yeah.
If I'm into MMOs and I'm an MMO player, they bring this MMO to VR.
Just
It's all I got.
just
I'm
play something on
in.
flat
I'm
screen.
diving in. I had so much fun. I did a whole series on cooking, and yeah, I did.
I mean,
enjoyed the hell
there's a
out of it.
lot of people. Look, there's a lot of people that enjoyed this game. I mean, and
And
there's
now with player housing, pets,
that's what I mean. There's a lot of
new
people going back
gear.
in
Cool.
now, but
That was
that game
cool. I
almost
guess I was
died.
wrong.
Yeah, it's
That
cool.
game
What the
almost
hell's wrong
died
with
early
you?
on when people got to level 40. There was nobody playing that game.
That
anymore.
was its biggest downfall. No end game.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
well, that is definitely true.
right? It took
there
it
was
was way too
I
easy for
mean, there's a
people to
couple
get there.
issues
Yeah.
that we go through. But I really think they're onto something. It's definitely impressive technology.
Yeah.
My gripe was I think they should have went with more of an MMO light with like a township tale.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
And then they would have been able to enhance the experience and not have to worry about like so much.
So many
Okay, we
people at
have
the same place at the
50
same
people on
time.
screen,
Yeah.
whatever.
But
'Cause-
more than Township Tale though, like 4 or I think it's up to 8 now. It's too little. But
Well, I don't know if so.
100 or
Here's the
whatever it
thing:
is for Zenith is
make
too
the
many.
majority of it, because in MMOs you eventually usually go off onto raids anyway, which is a much smaller group. So make the bulk of the game that type of smaller 4 or 8 person, and then have these communal areas where you could hang out with like 50 people, where they do whatever they need to do, strip down the graphics or whatever they need to do, keep it only in a
Less
tavern.
drawing distance because you're in a
Yeah, whatever
dungeon
they
or
need to
whatever.
do
Yeah.
to
would've been
get
smart.
it to work in that area. Shut off effects, don't let people use their weapons. And then you could have these huge communal areas like VR chat, because they're going that angle with body tracking and stuff.
Yeah.
So have those communal areas and then say, okay, now our adventuring party of 4 or 8 are gonna venture forth.
Yeah,
And
because
then
I think that, again, that's where I think it really rocked for me was the community. Getting in there with other people and being social, where I actually had a chance to do something. Because I am not a huge fan of VR chat because I get bored in there. Like I just want to go in and hang out.
Yeah.
I love going in and talking, but I love going in and talking when we can do stuff and I can move around and I can we can do stuff together. It just brings it to the next level for me. But like I said, when the community stopped playing it, I was like, there's no
Yeah.
need for me to go back in here and do this.
Right.
Now the new releases today, the Cyber Ninja character, housing, mining. What else is there, Todd?
Pets. A
Pets
bunch
have
of
been
new
in there for a little bit of
clothing.
while, though. I
Some
did pets
upgraded
not too
pets, I
long
think.
ago. Oh, okay,
player
upgraded new
housing.
pets. Okay. Does
Housing
that
needs.
PvP's coming.
does that change things for you guys? I mean, is it
Oh, I'm definitely
is
gonna
there
go
an
back in. I definitely
yeah.
want to go check it out. I want to see how
It's
detailed this housing thing is.
Yeah.
The
It's
videos they
enough
made
of
are
an
amazing.
update
So
to intrigue me to go check it out.
yeah.
I still don't think it'll hook me. But on a similar note to what I was going on with, 4-person party, have you guys played Legendary Tales?
Yes, love it.
Legendary Tales is my crack.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
mean,
really? You played it that much?
Wow.
I was playing that game every night with Soul Fox. I
Wow.
built like multiple different characters, but then like the beta updates were breaking my characters, and
That
then
was
we're
my
we're
issue.
like,
It was jank.
yeah, we were. Oh, in the beginning it was definitely
It
jank,
was bad.
but we were really waiting for this big new update, and it's nowhere to be seen. But that game is like 65% of my perfect game. So the
Really?
fact that you have it is the most rewarding character building system.
Interesting.
If
It's
you go
really
in there
good.
swinging a heavy weapon, your character gets stronger.
Yep.
If you just go around casting spells, you get better at casting magic. If you get the snot beat out of you, your character becomes more of a tank. And then they have this
Really?
perk system. So like you'd really just make the character exactly how you want. I built like this awesome glass cannon. Soul Fox was like rocking a monk. So he went no weapons and he was just
All
palm
magic?
striking everybody.
Nice.
And it's full physics combat. So like he'll hit somebody, the guy will come flying my way, I'll just smack him right back.
Dash them back and forth. That's awesome.
Yeah, and then like you got these legendary weapons that you pick up that like change everything. Like he found like Captain America's shield.
No
That's awesome.
way.
Yeah, and you throw it and it'll make like an eagle sound and
I
bounce
might
off
have
guys and come back to
to,
you.
check this out. I haven't played
It was cool. We got in there and played it early on. I remember me and Roots and like Tasselhoff and Radio Run and some other people from the community went in and played, and we had a blast in it. It was just super janky early on, and
Yeah,
you know
it
what?
was
We
jank
haven't
early
been
on.
back to it for
But
a while.
if they added a storyline, cosmetics with
Yeah.
maybe like different races, and more content, it's like Dungeons and Dragons in VR. And it is
Well, now I'm
everything I
intrigued.
want.
It is really good. The combat was always great. I love the combat in it. I mean, the movement system and the mechanics in it, I thought were really good and everything. And then
great.
you go on these little questing things where you're kind of like doing dungeon grades, and yeah, I mean, you get like weapons along the way, and you can find cool
off
shit while you're
heads.
out there. Yeah, yeah, it was cool. I want to go
There's a
back in.
couple
Let's go back.
mimics.
Bring me back in there, man. I'll go
Yeah,
in
there's
with you.
mimics, there's traps. I'm just waiting for their update, man, because you know, like they showed like some character classes, big spiraling areas, some quests that they're introducing. I don't know, man. I love it. I love it. Like I said, if they added those extra features, it would be my favorite game.
Damn, I need to get back in there.
Yeah,
Now I
me
want to
too.
go back in.
1,587 reviews, all very positive. Is their well, very positive is their ranking. So that's good.
And
It's a good sign.
on the D&D note, did you guys see what is it? Full Dive?
Yeah, I was looking at
Dungeon
that.
Full Dive?
I almost put that in as a topic tonight, but I didn't understand it enough, and I didn't want to talk about it if I don't understand it. So, what was can you tell us a little bit about it because I don't really get it.
It looks like, because I've seen the project a long time ago. It looks like they're creating a tabletop RPG simulator, which will allow you to go both into on top of the table, like you're playing with your friends D&D, and
Mhm.
then into the table and take on the role of the actual player character.
So
So
like
it's
tabletop simulator, but with a Demio aspect.
I was gonna say it's almost like
Pretty much.
Demio, like a
Yeah.
Demio mix with an
Yeah.
actual board game instead of just being.
Tabletop
Yeah.
simulator, you can do that now with in VR with Dungeons and Dragons and play with all your friends around a
Yeah,
table and
but I
have
mean
all that
this.
stuff.
I mean, listen, they just dropped a new trailer. Who knows how much is smoke and mirrors?
Right,
Mhm.
right.
But you know, you sit there, you see people sitting around the table. They physically throw down some dice, and then they warp themselves down to the character, and you could see the dice falling down towards the characters.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they could actually like physically move and control the characters and shoot bows and stuff. I don't know how that would work. I don't know if they're,
Cool.
what mechanics they're implementing, or is it, or is it turn based? Is it, I don't know. And I hit them up today. I was trying to find out more.
Nice. Yeah. Now like I said, I saw it in there, and I'm like, oh, should I use this as a topic? And I'm like, I need to do a little more research into it before I start talking about it. So yeah, I mean, if that's what it is, and we're talking like a mixture of different types of play styles, I'm all in for this. I think
I
that
will
would
be
be
your
Yeah.
dungeon
cool.
master for this
That is
evening.
one of the things I thought Demio was going to be when it first came out. Like,
Yeah.
when Demio first came out, I thought it was going to be more like a Dungeons and
More
I-
Dragons
D&D,
type thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love Demio, but every
Yeah.
time someone says it's D&D and VR, I want to flip my table.
Were you a D&D player?
Yeah, I still play.
Nice. You still do?
I still play. I'm playing this Saturday.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
My
awesome.
character's
You have a
badass.
crew that you do it.
I haven't
That's
played
awesome.
in like 2 years.
Oh,
I had to-
2
I
year.
had-
Well,
my
that's
character's
right.
pretty
That's not
badass,
for
yeah.
D&D. That's normal.
Yeah,
We'll be
You
back
just
on the
go out of
wagon.
it
the
for a while.
hiatus. Yeah, it's just a hiatus.
Wolf
All right, I
Raza
just
said,
bought
this looks
Legendary
pretty
Tales,
awesome.
so
Oh, yeah, you
You
just bought it?
Legendary Tales. It's not a
There you
cheap
go.
game.
oh, I'm doing it. It sounds exciting.
It is. It's really good. And it's
I'm down.
what's great is, like Mateo said, it's 4 people. So you can get in there and you can get a raiding party. You get a 4-person raiding party.
Gonna melt your
Yeah.
GPU too.
Oh, yeah. You better get a new GPU, Todd.
You said you're gonna buy me one.
Yeah, right.
I don't have any more to give out. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's it. That's all we got.
Damn you.
Let's move on. We have 2 more topics I want to get through, and it's starting to get a little bit late here. So let's move on real quickly. I want to talk about I saw Upload VR. They showed there was a press announcement today for Quantaar going to be releasing. They gave their release date, which is bear with me here. I want to open this up.
June 7th, I think.
June 7th. Yeah, June 7th. So
Oh, wow.
so that's next week. Next week?
June-
No,
like 3
no.
weeks.
I'm sorry. 3 weeks from now. So
Math,
yeah,
not a
June
strong
7th.
suit.
Yeah, right. That's what I was thinking. But yeah, so June 7th. So it's pretty much coming up the first week of the month next month. Do you know about this game, Mateo? This is a very much a Smash Brothers like.
Yeah, I played
brawler.
a early build like over a year ago, and it definitely showed some promise for sure.
Yeah. So Todd, do you have that trailer or no?
I don't know. Let me look.
Cue the trailer.
I mean, to tell everybody about it a little bit. So when we say Smash Brothers, like it's very much you're in VR, but you're kind of controlling a character third person. So think about doing a brawler or fighter where you're fighting other people on a board, but you're controlling the character third person, and you have like finishing moves and power moves just like you would in any other, fighting game, melee fighting game. It's pretty damn amazing. And they have a whole bunch of different characters. I actually did play this early on too. I played it. It was on Steam's Next Fest, like last year, or maybe even the year before. I played an early version of this. So they've been working on this for quite a while. And they've got a lot in here now. So it's not just the fighter. They have opened up this thing to like a whole lobby system where you can get in, hang out in a lobby. They have little mini games you can do, hang out with your friends. Then you can team up, and then you can go in and you can battle. And I believe they have a spectator version now too, where you can actually go in and watch your buddies battle each other, and kind of like just be a spectator of it. So there's going to be a lot of cool stuff here. And Mateo, you said you played it early on. The controls were pretty cool.
Yeah, the controls were definitely pretty cool. And like I said, it shows some serious promise. The thing is, like, we're already comparing it to Smash Brothers.
Hmm.
And just like everything else I'm talking about tonight, so Smash Brothers is so refined over
Right.
how many freaking years now.
How many
I
updates
played
and
Smash.
patches and
I played it when I was a kid, so
Right.
1,000 years. It's 1,000 years
Please.
old.
That's close.
So yeah. So I mean, like, that game has been refined over such a long time. You go in there with the expectation of it's Smash Brothers, and it's probably going to be a lot shallower than Smash Brothers. That's not to say though it can't still be freaking excellent. So
Yeah, right. It looks
Yeah,
pretty cool. And it has native haptic support, so that's kind of cool.
it does. It does. And this is
yeah.
this is free to play, I believe.
Oh, it's going to be free to play.
I think so. Let me just double check that, but I think it's going to be free to play.
It's actually really cool to see VR finally getting free to play titles.
Yeah.
And I know people have been crunching the numbers for a
Yeah.
very long time.
For sure, right? It has to be a big enough market
Yeah.
for that to even be considered from developers. So it's good.
And-
That's good.
And that's why I called BS out on Vale back in the day when they said they were going to be free to play.
Right.
And I
And they
just
quickly
said,
changed their mind.
yeah. I just said
I know.
not. I said it's not possible. It's just not possible. I don't know. and
Jasmine's in
it's not
chat
like
says yes, it will be free.
Yeah.
that's awesome. And like, it's not like it was just my opinion. Like, oh no, there's no way that game will be free to play. It's, I was talking to plenty of other developers, shooter developers. I was talking to a lot of other people in the community, and making sure I'm not losing my mind, because I'm running my own numbers and saying, like, this isn't stirring the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
But
and
this looks
you-
cool. Looks like they did a lot. I'm pumped.
I like that they went free to play with this. I mean, there's going to be, there's going to be in-game stuff that you can buy. It's not pay to win though in any way. It's all cosmetic stuff or like battle pass seasons or whatever
Right.
normal free to play games do. Just like Pop 1 has gone free to
Yeah.
play, but
Fortnite and
they still
everybody
have
else is
a
doing it.
purchase system. They gotta have ways to make money on the game. So it's gonna
Right.
be cool. If you want to buy stuff, you can. If you want to go and just battle and do nothing, you can do that too. And pay nothing, but you can do that too. But I'll read real quick. What this says. It says, as players immerse themselves further in the Quantaverse, they'll quickly memorize class attributes, learn to outfit their heroes for 4 core slots wisely, and balance their team to maintain a consistent edge in battle. Expertly time hero ultimate abilities and grow to master each of the game's modes to reign supreme on the ranking each season. So there's going to be a lot I think you're going to be able to do here. Like, I can see this already setting up for tournaments where you have ranking systems, and it's like team battle too. So it's not just one-on-one. You get team battles in here where you have teammates and you're going to outfit characters differently to kind of like help your squad, or like get you want the right things on your squad to help battle whoever else you're going against. So you need like different types of players with different attributes to kind of complement each other to make yourself stronger as a team. So there's a lot here that you're going to be able to do.
It almost sounded slight MOBA-ish to me for a second there.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah, for sure. This looks super interesting, and I'm so glad that they've gone free to play with this. I think it's going to be really, really good. Jasmine's saying like this is she can't wait to be there. I'm like, this is her type of game, and it really is. I think this is a game that that a lot of people will get into. And it could, if it has a good community around it where you can get in there and you can have fun, you can play with your friends. And getting in there and having a lobby is a smart thing to do nowadays, especially with a multiplayer. Give me a lobby I can go into and hang out and talk to people, and then we can go match up and go play. talk some trash, go in and play, have fun.
Yeah.
Just make it safe for everybody too. That's the only other thing too, I would say. Because you're gonna have free to play, you're gonna have some toxic people in there, I'm sure.
Yeah.
No. Gorilla Tag's one wonderful
Oh,
game. What are you
Gorilla
talking
Tag
about?
is full of the best humans on Earth.
Oh my god.
The
Um,
best humans.
The best humans ever.
VR with Jasmine says Ven VR is such a gem. It's so fun. So
Ven is good, but I would
rec-
just put it in the good category.
So Jasmine was like, she's like, we were talking yesterday, yesterday, earlier in the day, yesterday, or the day before. She's like, I don't know what to play this week. It's my streaming day. I don't know what to play. And I'm like, have you played Ven? I mean, it's probably still the best platformer we have in VR. At least go play that. And I think it's better than Lucky's Tale. Like, I can't think of any other platformer in VR that's better than Ven.
Well, I mean, do we
great.
put Moss in the platformer?
Yeah,
category?
Moss.
That's
Mixture.
I don't know if
Mixture's
I would.
really good.
I would consider, I guess, if you would say like more of an adventure platformer, because Moss has
Yeah.
puzzles and things, and Ven is more of the original platformer, kind of like a Crash Bandicoot. What I
Right.
consider.
Yeah.
Like
Run
Moss
jumping.
is a full blown like super deep story, and it's got a lot of puzzles and a lot of
I
combat.
love
Moss is so good. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, no, Ven
Yeah.
is not on that level, but I mean, I think for an Astrobot, type of game, or like, like Lucky's Tale,
Yeah.
or if you think flat games, think of like, even Mario, or
Yoshi World, whatever.
Yeah.
it is, Yoshi
Astrobot's phenomenal, but
it's
obviously
good.
that's an exclusive.
right.
Yeah. But Ven was good. I had the weirdest issue with Ven. Like, I enjoyed it. I played through the majority of it. When you die in that game, like, there is a sound cue, a something missing.
Yeah, so you don't
And
know when you die sometimes.
what's that?
So you don't know when you die.
Yeah, it's kind of like, like, you died, but somehow the feedback is not there. Like, like when you play Call of Duty and you hit someone and your cursor goes pop, 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 pop.
Yep.
It's such a satisfying sensation. Like,
It's
it's really
infuriating.
weird in game design, like how they found these things. And I don't know what it was, but there was just something missing in certain moments and sound effects and animations that like turned me off from the game. That when I did die, it made me genuinely angry. And I cannot put my finger on it.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. And I don't know why I had such a visceral reaction to
Yeah.
this. But it was like, and I remember talking to Alex VR about it. And he's like, yeah, put a B haptic suit on. When you die, it vibrates. It solves that issue. And
There you
I'm
go.
like, I'm not wearing a B haptic suit just, for when I die for it to go burnt. Like, I mean, like, seriously, something like kind of like what I said about Transformers, the fact that they screwed up the trigger. It's the main thing you do in the game is pull the trigger.
Yep.
And you
Yeah,
screwed
yeah.
up the trigger.
Yeah, it's tough. I do like Ven a lot. I think it's a beautiful game.
Yeah, no, it's good. It
it
is good.
looks super good on the Quest 2. It looks almost as good as the PC version. It's not an easy game. There's a ton of challenge to it. I mean, for platformers, we don't have a lot of them, and I think it's really it's a good one. And I
No,
would.
it is solid. It gets tough.
It
It
gets
it's
really
beautiful.
hard.
It's got, yeah.
I told
But
Jazz, like, she's through like maybe the first 3 worlds or something like that. I'm like, really, after that it gets really good because you start to interact as an entity and not just as controlling it too. So
the
I
chat's
think
killing me right now.
Yeah. Bluebell
Yeah.
says, "Are you sure it wasn't Manopause, Mateo?"
Yeah, I should just get good. Honestly, it could have been Manopause.
It could be. It could be.
There's actually Andropause. That's what it's called for me.
Yeah, right. So
It
Todd,
just-
let's show that trailer one more time. We'll finish up on Quantaar. I think it's going to be cool. June 7th.
I just
is
removed it from
coming.
the queue.
Oh, did
so
you? Okay, that's
we
all
can-
right.
Yep.
So yeah, I
Wow.
mean, Quantaar is super cool. I'm interested in this game a lot. It's going to be a cool fighter, I think. We don't have anything like this at all. Like, I don't know of any other game that's like a third person where you control it and where you can battle like this with friends. There's nothing out there. So, and
Because it's a
free.
co-op, right? It's not like you're battling against each other. You're fighting bosses,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
that looks cool.
Yeah, and you saw that trailer. It looks freaking beautiful, man.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This game is
Oh, it's a
awesome
good-looking
looking.
game.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think
From
they
what
can
I
do a lot.
remember.
You can do a lot here. You know what I mean? When you're talking about a free game also, they need to monetize in some way. They're going to support it because they need to keep things fresh in there. So you're going to have fresh things to do. You'll have fresh things to buy and look at. And D, are you interested in Quantaar? What's up, D? How you
You
doing?
can't
Go
just
ahead.
do that.
I
Just
can.
scares Mateo every
Dude.
time.
Look, you turned her red.
She's used to it by now. What's up,
Yeah,
D?
right.
Matches my
Oh,
shirt
nice.
now.
D, Quantaar, are you excited?
What was it again?
Quantaar, it's like a Smash Brothers brawler in
You know
VR
what?
coming June 7th.
I had Smash Brothers for my Switch, but I kind of traded it in probably, I think, for Pokemon. So, yeah.
Oh, well, now you can
Well,
try this. This is
now you can try it.
free. This is a free
Yeah.
brawler that you get to check out. And man, it's coming June 7th. I'm excited. I'm excited for it. D, how's your week going? How's everything going?
Work.
Yeah,
Customer
work stuff.
service.
Who doesn't love customer service?
I hear you
Really?
there.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Once D's here, let's give away another game, and then I'll have one more topic, and then we'll get the crap out of here. But this one's going to be a lengthy one, D. This is going to be a fun one.
Good. Dude, I'm done with work. Hopefully, no
Are you
more
done?
chats.
Nice. You're here for Christmas?
I think so. Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome. We're gonna give away a key to Cookout.
Never
These are
played.
multiplayer games that are fun.
Wolveraza
game.
said he liked Ven more than Moss. And then GTG,
No, blasphemy.
GTGT, yeah,
Permaban.
GTG says, I still have a bigger love for Lucky's Tail more than Ven, but Ven is good. Or okay. And then Astrobot is amazing. Astrobot's pretty much the best.
I'm sorry, but you say Ven is better than Moss or Ban.
Ban. How dare you?
Where's Ban Hammer?
Yeah. So what was this for again, Todd?
This is for Cookout.
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 This is the slowest
Sam was
spinning
Sam.
wheel I've ever seen in my life.
Nobody noticed, but I forgot to push the wheel button for the first couple
I
minutes.
did
Oh,
notice.
did you really?
I'm
I
like,
just
why
thought
isn't
it
it
was screwed
moving?
up.
I'm like, oh
You
shit, I
have
forgot to push the
one
button.
job.
Bacardi B wins a copy.
Congratulations,
of Cookout.
Bacardi B. That's pretty awesome. That is pretty awesome. Guys, in chat, let us know. I want to know. I'd like to, Todd, can you pop a poll up, or have you figured out how to do that? I want to know, like, if anybody's like, how many people are like really interested in going and checking Quantaar out? Because if it's cool, man, I would like to do some stuff with Quantaar, like do like a little tournament or something like that, or get something
Let's
in the
do this.
Discord going. That would be freaking awesome. Like I want to get in there and like learn the controls. Like I was like a big like Street Fighter fan, and I was a big Tekken fan. Learning the moves, learning the special moves and stuff like that. I love doing that.
Button
Doesn't-
smashing.
Doesn't
Finishing
getting old,
moves.
though, like suck so much.
Doesn't
I
want
used to be, doesn't getting old suck so much.
Oh,
I used to
it
be
does.
such a good competitive gamer. Like I had Call of Duty in my veins 20 years ago, back when it was good. No, I got qualified for an Unreal tournament years ago, before tournaments were actually even like really a thing, and like I was so competitive, and now I just don't have time to practice, and I suck, and I can't.
Yeah, I know. I
It's
think
my- it's my
if they
man on
made
pause
Ghost
again.
if they made Ghost of Debor competitive, I think I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
What's the poll? What did you want me to put up?
How many people are interested in Quantaar? I'm just kind of curious as to like that type of game. If how many people would be interested in going and checking it out. Again, it's a free game, so I hope a lot of people are. But there might be people that just don't like that type of game. But just kind of curious, And if we did tournaments and stuff like that in Discord, how many people would want to get in on something like that? That would be just a fun, cool. I'm always looking for community games that we can get into and check out, and I'm just kind of thinking that would be a fun one to try and do. Lots of trash talk, and I like that. I like that stuff.
Yeah.
I used to enjoy Swords of Gura for that.
Ooh, Swords of Gura. That's a blast from the past.
I still talk to the developer. He's a good guy.
Yu Heng Chin is in the chat and said basically Quantaar is inspired by Street Fighter, League of Legends. Quantaar community manager here. That's awesome.
There you go.
That's
Hey,
awesome.
There you go. That's where that MOBA aspect comes in from.
there you go. Welcome to the chat, and thanks for being here. We appreciate it, and we're all looking forward to the game. And we got a poll going, guys. Let us know.
We
Let's
do.
get everybody vote. There's a whole bunch of people in here now. Everybody vote on this, and let's see if we can get the whole chat voting. And let's see. And if you say no, then you're banned. All right, guys. D, actually, I want to ask you real quick. What do you play? What have you been playing this week? And tell us about D's. What's the name of your Twitch channel, D? Is there a cool name? You're streaming
No,
on Twitch
no,
now?
dude. I've only been in this for like 2 weeks.
You're D double
Give me a
D,
minute.
D double E now.
D double E.
D double
That's
E.
the name, man.
Is Chinatown D gone
No,
forever?
but
Is Chi-Town D gone? Is Pinball Arena
no,
gone?
no.
You're all these things. What was the other? Was there another one? There was another one too, wasn't there?
I don't
Cheeto
know.
Wendy?
What that was West,
Cheeto
dude.
Wendy?
Cheetah
Oh,
Wendy,
that was
that's right.
great. Yeah. No.
So what's going on your Twitch channel? What are you playing this week? Let's ask this. What are you playing for stream and what are you playing for you?
I mean, I'm playing all of it for me, but no, like I played. Well, the village definitely wasn't for me. That was all for you guys that wanted to see me freak the hell out.
That's always fun.
I found out that it's too difficult. That game for me, just starting out, is too difficult
To stream. Yeah.
I
Live
need,
streaming is not easy.
Yeah.
I need that chat. Me starting off, like
Mhm.
to feel comfortable to, back and forth and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I will continue to play it. I'll record it,
Oh, there you
but I can't do that live, man.
go. I got
Um,
you.
but I mean, Returnal, you and me, Mash, we played that for what,
I love
5
it.
hours
Yeah.
almost?
Yeah, that
Dude,
was
That
so
was an
fun.
epic run.
I gotta tell you,
Ugh.
I'm having such a blast playing Returnal in VR too. It's so good with Reshade. I absolutely love it. And if you have a good enough computer to run it in Reshade, I mean, Returnal itself, I'll play it flat too, but I prefer to play it in VR now because it's so damn good. But yeah, I absolutely love that. It was fun. We need to do that again, man. Co-op Returnal is great.
It's great, dude. Especially with that, what is it, the Hollow Seeker? Oh my
Oh,
god.
yeah, it's a
That
great
thing is
weapon.
fantastic.
Great
Um,
weapon.
But yeah, no, I wasn't too big of a fan of that in Reshade. I mean, it was
I
cool, don't get me wrong, like, I'll play it, but it's definitely not my preferred way to play it.
yeah, I mean,
I
I'm
can
looking forward
imagine
to
how that plays.
plays way better than you think. Like, yeah, I was nervous too, but it plays just like third person, like it does in game. It's not first
Okay.
person. So it's just you
Yeah, it's
feel
just
it,
reshade. It's not like an injector or
yeah,
a true mod
it's
or
a
anything
3D
like that.
mode. So you're
Right.
not you have an immersive 3D screen that's in front of you, basically. That's huge. Have you done
Okay.
Reshade before?
No.
Reshade's very, very good. It's basically like a better Vorpex or some of those other
And it
VR
was so
mods,
easy to
3D
set up.
injectors.
So easy to set
Oh,
up.
it's
And
so
that was
easy.
my
Yeah.
first mod that I've ever done on a PC game. But yeah, it was cool. But
I'm gonna do the new Jedi Survivor in
that game is
in
tough.
Reshade because there's a hook
So
for it already
fun.
for Reshade. It's ready to go. I just have to. And I bought the game, so I'm gonna play it in Reshade.
They screwed up the PC version.
I heard, and that's one I have too because I have to do it. I want to do it in Reshade, but they say it's getting better for
Patching it?
optimization. Have you tried?
I have a 4090 and performance is unacceptable.
Oh
Oh
wow!
my
So
god.
you've already played it then?
Yeah, I'm like 15 hours in and
Wow!
it's completely playable. But there's just areas where it hitches and
Wow! And that's a
and they
40,
know
and you're-
about
and
it.
that's a 4090 you're running.
49, yeah.
Crap, man! What's it gonna do to my 3080 Ti?
Right.
The
Gonna
thing
freaking
is
melt it.
though, it's a weird combination of hardware and settings that's
Yeah.
coming up with issues. They're
Because
blaming like CPU scheduler and Windows 10. The same people
Windows
should be on
10?
yeah, they're saying people, should be on Windows 11, blah, blah,
That's like the
blah.
opposite of whatever.
With
I've heard
certain
that Windows 11
hardware,
is
they should be running
terrible
Windows
at gaming.
11. But yeah, like I've seen people do testing and it bottlenecks incorrectly based on settings. Like you crank up your visual settings and it struggles to maintain 60 FPS
Oh wow.
on super high end hardware. And then you lower your settings and then it bottlenecks your PC and you'll get lower quality, more frames, but you'll also get hitching because the CPU bottlenecks here and there. So they screwed up something.
Wow.
Yeah, that's unfortunate too, and it seems like now more than ever, even flat games are launching with issues, man. This never used to happen.
See, this is I've been a PC gamer my whole life. And like PC gamers, and I've done this throughout my life too, we'd sit there and go, listen, the power of a PC destroys your console. And a lot of times that was true. We could get so much more fidelity, so much higher resolution, frames, whatever, ray tracing, you name it.
Yep.
But then there's these scenarios, and especially now with like VR and stuff, that I'm constantly telling people in VR, they're like, "Oh, your PlayStation 5 is crap compared to my 4090." And I'm like, "Yeah, well, why are games like The Last of Us, which is generations old,
Mhm.
running like complete ass?" Or, Jedi Survivor. It's not all raw power. Optimization it goes such a long way.
Right.
And sometimes the PC games are nailing it so well, and this is not one of those times.
No,
They
and
are,
and
yeah,
yeah, I
industry's
was gonna
hurting.
say that because you what you said is exactly right. For years, people were like, "Don't buy the console version, get the PC version because it's that much better." But it's kind of catching up now. Like like especially the PlayStation 5 is that powerful that it's very, very close to a PC. And then console games just play. How many times it's very rare do you see a console game have issues? There's a reason why people don't want to get into PC gaming because there's issues and there's jank and there's problems. People just want to turn on their console and play their game. And when you
Mhm.
can now, D has the game on PlayStation 5 and it's
Mhm.
playing perfect, right? D had
Yeah.
no
Yeah,
issues with
I
it,
haven't
right?
had any issues
I
with
was
it
Yeah.
annoyed that I didn't get it on PlayStation 5, but I also wanted to play it on my Steam Deck,
Mhm.
Right.
which actually does run on my Steam Deck, but there's
Do you
a
like
whole
your Steam
nother
Deck?
issue there.
You a big fan of the Steam Deck? Do you like it?
I
Do you
love
use
my
it a
Steam
lot?
Deck.
Yeah?
Love it.
I've been
I
thinking
use
about
it.
recently getting one, and I don't know.
I use it pretty often. Well, if you could get the Ali ROG from Asus
Yep.
or Asus. It's better.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about it. I was not a big fan in the beginning. I'm like, I'm never gonna use this thing. If I'm gonna play Steam games, I'll be at my computer and I'll just do it there. More and more, I'm like, man, I'm away from my computer. I'm like, oh man, I wish I could get into something right now and play something. Or I get into Returnal or anything and just play because I think I would play more. And like I said, I have a tough time getting into things I want to get into, especially flat gaming. I think I would do it more if I had the Steam Deck.
All
I
right,
mean,
so we've been running our poll for 8 minutes on Quantaar before this gets forgotten, and
Look at this. What
we
do
are
we got?
we had a poll.
we did, yeah, we're at 68% yes, they'd play Quantaar.
Nice.
Get
That's
that
pretty good,
40%
70%.
permaban.
Yeah, we had almost 40 people vote in it. That's pretty cool. All
Yeah,
right.
it was
Cool.
good.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I mean, it's going to be a cool game. Todd, Tribe Grey Wolf is here.
It's Grey Wolf. Like a boom, 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 boom.
Dude, that clip almost needs to be longer. I keep telling you because
I keep telling him to send me a longer one.
dude, because just by the time I start bobbing my head, it's over, and I'm
It's
like,
over,
come on,
yeah.
man, I want to keep it going. But yeah, that's cool, D. We'll look forward to seeing what you're going to be streaming later. Let us know, and guys, if you we'll have Dee's link down in our show notes, and it'll be everywhere now. So if you ever need to find Dee's link to where she is, you can catch her over on Twitch and go show some support, give her some love, give her a thumbs up, and then ridicule her and heckle her in chat because it's fun.
Yeah,
What?
exactly.
Sorry, my glasses.
I know, right? All right, guys, let's get into our last topic of the night. It's getting late here.
Yeah,
We're
it's
almost
past my
2 hours
bedtime.
in already. Let's
know.
talk about this real quick. I just wanted to go through and because I've been having so much fun in my PlayStation VR 2, and I was a huge PlayStation VR 1 fan of a lot of games that were there, and I'm already like into some of these what I would kind of categorize as dog shit games now that PlayStation has decided to put in the PlayStation VR 2. And I'm like, why do we have all these shitty games when we have these amazing games that these companies all they have to do is take them and move them to the other headset and do some things to them, and I guarantee you'd get all these people rebuying these games again, or even if you want to call them remastered and put them in at a discounted price, or I don't know, however you want to do them. But there's a ton of games on the PlayStation VR 1 library that would translate today, and I would buy all over again. And I just want to go through my top 15. Guys, please give me once I get through my 15, let me know your top favorite ones, Mateo, D, Todd, and kind of like we'll kind of go through this. But I'm gonna start. I'm kind of doing games now that are almost more specific to the PlayStation. By the way, like we know there's like Beat Saber. These are games already on there and stuff like that. But there's games that kind of cross over. But talking games that you can really kind of only get on there. But I'm gonna start with 15. My number 15, Arashi Castle of Sin. Arashi was a really, really good game. It's a stealth, kind of like, samurai ninja game where you can use the environments, different types of weapons, to really go around and stealth kill these people. It has very much like a Tenshu feel. if you grew up with a game like Tenchu, which I thought was amazing. It has that feel to it. They did a really, really good job in this game. It was a little janky in the beginning when it came out, and they worked on that game a lot.
Right.
Today is probably one of the best games you'll find on the PlayStation VR 1. Anybody else play this game?
I played it
Indeed.
after all the jank went away, so I
that's
don't
good.
really know what the
I
jank
played
was
through
like.
the jank.
Did you?
And then one of the updates of my review copy, it destroyed all my progress.
Oh no!
So I never beat the game.
What did you think of the game overall?
I was digging it. I thought it needed some work, and there was definitely some jank. Some of the combat was a little lackluster. I thought it was a game that could have definitely been enhanced with better graphics. Because
Something that could have ported well to the PlayStation VR 2.
Exactly.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yep. And that's kind of like what this list is about. These are like games that I was like, can you imagine them now on the PlayStation 5 with this amazing headset, and the things that you could do with haptics and things like that. And this is a very cool game that, a lot of people probably didn't get a chance to play because when this came out, a lot of headsets were in people's closets and they just weren't playing their PlayStation VR 1 anymore.
Yeah, it was late
So
in
I
the
think,
game.
yeah, I think this game is a title that kind of deserves. This title is not just PlayStation title. This is this was a title on many platforms, or actually, I think maybe it was just Steam.
I think
But
it's just Steam,
Skyrim,
yeah.
just Skyrim deserves a move over. Now, I don't know if you want to remaster it, make it better, but I mean, I think you can do Skyrim now and do it better, where you wouldn't need all these crazy mods to do it better. And this was a pretty amazing game that I'd love to see it with the new headset and the new lenses, on the PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
Mateo shaking his head like,
Stop
no.
porting Skyrim. Stop it. Stop porting
Are you not
Skyrim.
a fan of Skyrim?
No, I love Skyrim. But I've had enough.
You're like over it now.
Stop porting Skyrim. It's gonna be playing on my fridge next.
I can
But
play it
just
on my
think
LG
about-
fridge.
Think
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
all the new players who have never gotten. People are.
I
gonna be
don't
like, "What? You
care.
can play
Give us a new
Skyrim?"
game. Enough Skyrim. Next.
Next.
I love this game. And I want to see it again. And I want to see it on a different. Or you know what? I'm okay. Give me a new game. Give me a new Skyrim game. Give me Skyrim. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'd be down for that too. But even if they just gave me this, I would be satisfied for a little while because I guarantee I would go in and play this again. I love this game. I played it on both platforms, and I would definitely go play it again. And I was not a big fan of the modding of this either, like on Steam. Like
I had so much problems with the modding. On
that's
Steam.
what it is. The
Oh,
mods help,
fuck.
but they're such a pain in the ass that I was
Yeah.
like,
Spent
I'm out.
100 hours on mods. Next.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly,
right.
exactly. All right, my number 13, Dreams. Dreams
Yeah.
was an amazing platform that you could go in and build in. People made some amazing experiences in Dreams, and it had a lot of potential that I don't think was completely realized. But Dreams, not moving over. They've already announced it's not coming, but I really
Yeah.
think this was a big miss for that studio, and I would have loved to seen them do this. Dreams, you guys know Dreams?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
lots of
never
cool
played
stuff.
it, but I do know a lot about it.
Good
There was
call.
just so many different experiences you could do in
Yeah.
here, and they did special stuff for like they did like Halloween content where they had all these different things and the different worlds that people could build in there. The tools that people had were extremely easy to use. This was a game builder. You know what I mean? This is not really one game. This was many, many, many games and community based content that you could build in there, and it was just a super very cool way to get in there and do this. And if you've never done it, don't judge it because it was one of the coolest.
This-
It's some of the coolest experiences.
This one's Mateo approved.
There you go.
That
He's
was
like,
my next
Skyrim,
question.
no,
Yep.
Dreams up. All right, number 12 on my list, I'm going to say Ace Combat 7. Ace Combat 7 was extremely cool. It's only a few missions of the game that were in VR, but I would love to see them do the whole game in VR now with the PlayStation 5 and the PSVR 2. I think this would be amazing.
I'd be all for it. I've played the flat versions. Oh my god, yes.
Isn't this
Isn't an
coming?
Ace
I thought
Combat
I heard
coming?
this was coming. Yeah, this
Is it coming? I haven't
Yeah,
heard.
this is coming.
Maybe it is.
It is.
Is it the whole game?
I don't know, but I know Ace Combat 7 is coming.
See, I hope if they're gonna bring it, that's cool. I'll bring it. But I will. And look, if it's just the 3 missions that's there in VR, I guess I take it. But if they're gonna do the whole game, that's what I want. Like I want the whole freaking game in VR. That would be crazy. I would flip. The haptics with this are gonna be amazing. I mean, the OLED with the colors and everything. I just have a thing. I tend to think they would pop with all the
Yeah.
landscapes and the environments that you can show in this
And the
game. It
haptics would be
so cool.
amazing.
Yeah. Damn right. All right, let's
Yeah.
show my. Oh my god, I missed
Mateo approved, I would imagine.
Mateo approved.
it.
2 thumbs up.
All right, next one, the Persistence. The Persistence
Hell
is
yeah.
Persistence is an awesome game that nobody played. This is a Steam game too, by the way, but nobody
Yeah.
freaking played this game. It's unfortunate that not more people have played this game. This is one of the best games and hardest games you'll ever play. This is a roguelike game. If you don't have a PlayStation VR 2, go to Steam. If you have PC, go to Steam, go get this game. It's on sale all the time. It's super cheap, but it was really good on the PlayStation VR 1 also. Roguelike games, it's a character builder. You have to build up your character. You live, die, and repeat. Mateo, really good game.
Oh, absolutely. Fantastic. Loved it.
Creepy
It's
as hell.
always on my like hidden gem list. My only complaint is the PlayStation roots. So like you have floaty hands on PC.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
besides that, super
Right.
solid.
Yeah, I mean, you have to in the environments they give you like a dead what am I thinking of game? It's Dead
Space.
Dead Space. Thank you. Like a Dead Space kind of feel to it. It's like in
It
that
definitely,
space
yeah.
environment, and yeah, it's super cool. And the whole story behind it is cool. The progression is amazing. The way you have to kind of build yourself back up, and you kind of again, it's a roguelite, so you have to
Just
kind of
so
live, die, and
creepy,
repeat.
though.
It is. It's scary.
Yeah.
This is a good one for you, D. You go back on the PlayStation VR 1 and play this. Or Steam. Play it on Steam. Come on, this is all you. Stream this. Hey, chat. Tell D you
Dude,
want to see your
don't put me in that freaking hole
Come on,
again, dude.
you're
No,
a big roguelike fan too. You love roguelites.
yeah, but you know I do not like scary shit. So
it is a little bit scary.
leave D alone, dude.
A little bit.
Come on.
You know what I want? I want what's that other game, D, that the Dead Space like game that just came out on flat that
Callisto
had-
Protocol?
Callisto Protocol. I want
Yeah.
that.
They
in
just
VR.
added a new mode
Didn't it
called
get
like
terrible reviews?
dismemberment mode or something like that, but
That one had that. I think it got more reviews because that one was the same. It had issues. You know, again,
Yeah.
every fucking game now,
Yeah.
every
Coming up.
fucking game seems like it launches with problems, man.
Yep.
It's like it's to the point now where when a game doesn't launch with issues, I'm like,
You
so we
did
have to
your
applaud-
job.
Yeah, we have to applaud games that actually do what they're supposed
Well,
to do.
We go through cycles of that. We go
Yeah.
through, and it's just, I think it's just like the industry now. People are hurting money wise. They're cutting corners, yada yada. I want to hear the rest of this list though, because I
Okay.
gotta go to sleep.
Yep, here we go. So we're gonna go quicker now. Fracked, I have at number 9. I absolutely love Fracked. We talked about one of those games earlier that it's
Yeah.
only 3 or 4 hours long, or maybe 2 or 3. You know, depending on how
But
you
it's
play
a
it. You know,
good-
2-3 hours long, but it's freaking great
Yeah.
for the entire time. And I'll pay that money, and it's a beautiful game. I
Yep.
want to see this game on the PlayStation VR 2 because the haptics would probably be sick, and the colors already look spectacular on the
Yeah.
PlayStation VR 1 and OLED. It would be freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Here's the number 8 that I don't think many people could object to. Wipeout Omega Collection. I want this bad. This is a really, really good game. There's a lot of game here, and it looks amazing on PSVR 1. I can't even imagine what it would look like on PSVR 2.
oh god.
Yeah.
D,
this
you
game-
down?
Amazing.
This is definitely on my list.
Oh yeah.
Heck yeah. All right, this one might be a little controversial because there's not either love this game or you hate this game. Hitman 3. I want to see Hitman 3 on PlayStation VR 2
Are they gonna
with
fix it?
proper hand support. But give it to me.
I was
Give it,
gonna
yeah,
say, don't
give me
get me
proper
started.
hand support. You know, and this game could be it could if they did it and did it properly as a proper hand support with NVR, this game could reinvent itself and come back. I was okay with it the way it was, to be honest with you. I had
What are you
fun
talking
with
about? It
it.
was Game of the Year 2022.
I know, and I know. But again, a lot of people hated it. I was okay with it because I had fun with it, even though it didn't have everything I wanted. But I still had a good time, and there was a ton of game here. And I was just happy that it was in VR. To be honest with you,
I would really like it in a real VR game.
I know you were
hated
one
it.
of the people that didn't like it.
Yeah.
I know.
I didn't like
Didn't-
it at all.
didn't
but
you
it had
and
tons of
Wes-
potential.
Didn't you and Wes play this Smash in VR or something? Wasn't
Yeah.
this the game where you freaking like punched
Shoot
that one
somebody
lady,
in the balls
dude?
or something, or some lady.
I may have dropped down and punched some lady in the
cooter.
yeah, maybe. These are the fun things you could do in this game, though, man.
Absolutely normal.
Oh my
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody does
Absolutely
that.
normal.
All right, number 6, Star Wars Squadrons. Again, I'm not sure if you could,
Yes.
if anybody can debate that. Star Wars Squadrons was amazing. There's a lot of people that did not get a chance to play this game. This is
So
one of
good.
the best flying games. It's freaking Star
So
Wars.
good.
It's so good, man.
You can play
I
it on
love this
Steam.
game. Yeah, you can play it on Steam.
That's how I played it.
You can
Yeah,
play it
I
on
played it on
PSVR 1
Steam.
too. You just can't play it
Yeah.
on PSVR 2.
It was
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? And the single player campaign was just as good, and multiplayer was amazing.
It was so hard. Holy cow.
It was hard. There's a
Yeah.
learning curve here with this game for the
Yeah.
flying, especially if you're using a HOTAS. Yeah, it's a little bit of a learning curve, but it
Yeah,
was a lot of
the
fun.
HOTAS, and that was the last time I used my yaw right over there.
Oh, were you using it with the? Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
So I used my yaw
No,
VR
man.
and the HOTAS and everything on there.
Oh, and you were playing Squadrons. That's right. You were saying
Yeah.
that earlier.
So that was pretty wild.
All right, next one up, number 5. We kind of got the successor to this on PlayStation VR 2, but I'm gonna say Rush of Blood. I still want the original Rush of Blood moved over to PlayStation VR 2. Again, I don't know if there's too many people who are going, no, I don't want Rush of Blood now. But again, I'm not one of those people that like didn't like Switchback or thought it wasn't as good as Rush of Blood. I think it's almost just as good, maybe even better. I'd have to kind of think about it more. But I still want the original because the original was damn good too, and to see it on the new headset would be amazing.
I haven't
I don't know
played
if I
it,
need it.
but
What? Have
I
you
think
played
it works
Have
good.
you played Switchback yet?
Yeah, I definitely
Okay.
played.
Yeah. Did you like Switchback?
I did. I
Okay.
did. And I think we discussed this once, but I swear there's like 2 different versions of the game out there.
Yeah. Last time you were on, we talked about this.
Yeah.
Of Switchback. I again
Mm-hmm.
100% agree because a lot of it because I didn't play it for a long time because I was on the road and I was away when it launched and I was away for like 35 days. So it was a long time before I got to play it. So I heard everybody's review and I got to play it. I'm like, I don't see any of these issues that people were saying. Like literally, I had to question myself a couple of different times. I'm like, what am I seeing that they're not, or what am I missing that they're
Or even
saying?
when people are like, the load time is insane, it's definitely a PlayStation 4 game.
Didn't have that.
I was
yeah.
timing people's load time, my load time, your load time. I watch your footage. I'm like,
Yep.
5 seconds is long.
Yeah. How's that? I know. I was saying after I put my video up, and I was like, how are people complaining
You
about
want
that?
crack?
Yep.
There's 2 different games out there. I swear.
Yep, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. All right, number 4. The only debate on this one is whether it could be higher on my list, and that's Astrobot Rescue Mission. We talked about platformers before. This is the gold standard. This is the best platformer in VR that you'll find. This is Ven on freaking crack, man. This is this is one of the best games I've ever played.
This is the one and only game I have played on PSVR. I played
Really?
it just,
So you
just
recently,
last
right?
Saturday night. I
Wow.
played it.
What'd you
What
think?
did
Freaking phenomenal, dude. Why was this not on included like PSVR 2? Why was this not a launch title? Seriously.
It has no right to be as good as it is.
It's
Exactly.
Seriously.
amazing. I
It
love it.
really is good. It shows off everything you want in VR and what you want out of controls and everything like that. I mean, and again, I want Astrobot 2, but just give me this. I would be
Yeah.
I would be happy with this. Like if you
Yeah.
just said, look, we can't give you your Astrobot 2 right now, maybe in the future, but we'll give you this.
We've ported Astrobot 1. Woo! Yeah,
I'd be
I'll
like,
take it.
oh,
I'll take it.
like
Yep.
like all the people that had any like issue with the launch, which I did not with the launch lineup, all those issues probably would have been gone if they had Astrobot in there. Even the original, I think everybody would have been like, oh, great launch. If you added this one title, I think it would have been there.
It's just such a classic.
I'm
Like, it's
stuck
such
in the
a-
trailer. It's so good.
Yeah, right. I'm just like,
I know,
still
right?
had it
Now
in
I really
PSVR.
I want to go play it now. Now I want to go
Yeah.
play it.
I think the last thing I did
so
was
good.
I beat that big old ape with the teeth. That was the last thing I did. So I completed a
You've
bit
gone
of it.
pretty far, yeah.
Yeah, no, you did good getting back in there. I'm glad. And now that you've already been back in there, you should go do these
Back
next
in
3
there?
ones.
This is the
Or,
first time.
okay, now that you're in there, you should go do these last 3. Resident Evil 7. Resident Evil 8 is amazing. Resident Evil 7 still might be my favorite version. I don't know. I'd like to go back and play it again because I believe, to me, Resident Evil 7 was scarier to me so
Yeah,
far
a
than
lot of
Resident
people
Evil
say
8
that.
has been. Just because Resident Evil 8 is more about action, more shooting. It's
Yep.
more,
Right.
Resident Evil 7, you ran for your freaking life, man. That whole game.
Nope.
And this needs haptic support when it comes out.
That would be awesome.
Nope.
They need
Feel
to get
those
that. PSVR 2 and B haptics need to have a sit down, I tell you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's super cool. I absolutely love this game, and this is a game I do think we might end up seeing. There's a really good possibility. I think we'll see this as a remastered version come to PlayStation VR 2. All right, number 2. And again, these last 3 were very difficult for me to decide where I wanted them. But I had a blast with this game. I know there's a lot of people that had problems with this game because of the node-based teleportation in it. But Blood and Truth it's still one of my all-time favorite games. It really makes you feel like you're in a movie.
Yeah.
The shooting in this was great. The voice acting was great. It looked beautiful. The only issue people had, and I didn't really care, was the node-based adaptation. Because once I got into it,
You don't even notice.
Yeah. Mateo, did you play this one?
I haven't played it.
Oh
I
no!
know.
The demo
I got my
disc has got like
PlayStation
the
VR.
first.
So, like I considered it a joke, and I got it so late in the game.
This is
And,
this is one of those games that's still good enough now. You should go back
I
and try it.
know, I
Like, break
know,
out your
but
PSVR 1.
I'm not.
You're
No, it's
not
not
doing
happening.
it.
It's right there, but it's
Not
just not
doing
getting
it.
plugged in.
But that's why these games should be moved over. Like
Yes.
you were the exact person.
They
who's
move it
like,
over. I
"Man."
will play it immediately.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then
this is a rebuy for sure.
and I think everybody
This should have
knows.
been #1 for me, but
Yeah.
Let's see if your number
Again, these
one's
are
wrong.
debatable. These are debatable. Now, number one, I think anybody who's heard me talk about this before probably knows my number one, and that's going to be Farpoint.
Okay.
Farpoint's probably one
We're
of my
good.
favorite games of all time. I
Yeah.
probably place it in the top 5 of my favorite game, period, whether it be VR or flat. I had such a good experience in this game. This with the aim controller,
Mhm.
I can't even describe to you how much fun I had in this game. I almost beat it. I beat 99% of the game in one sitting.
Yeah, me too.
I literally should have kept going
Just
because I was
couldn't
that
put it
close. I
down.
went back
Couldn't
in. I
stop
only
playing.
had like 30 minutes left.
I
and
just
I'm
I
like,
just
"Oh,
took a
man."
break.
So
to
how
lunch.
long?
How long is it? It's probably 8 to 10 hours.
Is it that long though? Because
I felt
I
it
beat
was.
it in one day.
I did too.
Uh,
I think I started it. I remember I started it like 7, 8 o'clock, and I think I played it till 4 or 5 in the morning. How many hours is
Damn.
that? I mean,
You're just slow.
it felt like it was a long.
I-
I do, and I look for everything. You know what I mean? I look for every drop of ammo that there is, and
Yeah. I was so annoyed that they announced Larcenauts instead
oh
of
my god,
Farpoint 2.
so many
I
people
know,
were.
right?
But yeah, definitely bring this. That Farpoint is absolutely amazing. If it wasn't on your list, it was the last time I'm on your show.
You're like, I'm out of here. He's
I
like
can't
waiting
trust
for it
these
the whole
guys. They
time.
got
Where's
poor
Starfire?
judgment.
Who the fuck are these
I'm
guys?
out.
Too funny. So guys, anything that's not on here that you can think of, or is there any like major issue with where I placed them?
No, you're good.
No, I think it was pretty good. Like they say, the top 3 were. I'm not I'm not a big Resident Evil fan, so I don't think I would have put that so high up on the list. Rush of Blood would have been closer to 3 for me,
Mhm.
but Blood and Truth, Farpoint definitely deserve where they are, and Astrobot way up.
Maybe
on the list.
Iron Man up on that list, but
Maybe.
it's owned by Meta now, so it's not happening.
Instead of Skyrim.
Yeah, I thought about
if
Iron Man.
Skyrim can go.
I thought about Iron Man. I could have maybe dropped off Dreams. Maybe Arashi for Iron Man. That's the only one I kind of debated on. It was right on
Get
the
rid of
verge.
Skyrim.
It was right on the edge. Or
Yeah.
Skyrim. I guess I could have got rid of Skyrim, but I just love that game. So yeah, that's my list. I'm hoping we'll see them. I hope we see a lot less of the trashy, shitty games that we've been seeing. If I see another title like Across
What the car's
Valley
coming? You didn't hear about that?
with the car.
Underwear Cleaner 2000.
Underwear
God.
Cleaner 2000.
GT was in the chat earlier. I saw him say we were right in the middle of the conversation, so I couldn't call it out. But he's like, I just got my version of What the Bat for PlayStation VR 2, so he's gonna go play it for the first time.
Oh my god!
I can't wait for that. I hope he streams it.
I hope it's
Would
an
be
honest
amazing.
review. Like, oh my god, I gotta watch that. Yep.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
played the worst PlayStation VR 2 game ever.
Yeah. Right.
He's gonna have to change his title again. This is the worst.
The worst there is.
The worstest. The worst.
The worstest.
Um,
yeah.
Artful says VR game went bad in all honesty due to developers having to build for a mobile processor. And what game is that he's talking about? You think is it?
I don't know, but we're gonna open up this can of worms. We'll be
Nope,
here
we're
till
out of
2 in the
here.
morning.
We're out of here. I thought it was interesting what he was saying there. All right, guys, that is our list. I hope you guys. I hope we see some of these games. It would be pretty much amazing to see them. Mateo, anything coming for you that we want to talk about, or tell everybody to keep an eye out for?
I got a video coming tomorrow. What else is new?
Oh, it's every day for you.
Yeah,
Right.
well, not that often, but
What's
you
the
know,
video
like
on?
two,
Can you
two or
tease
three
it?
a week.
Anything
I
good?
pop out. We're
look at
gonna be talking about how the public appearance of VR is still that it's a gimmick. We're gonna be going down that rabbit hole.
That's a big
Nice.
hole to go down.
Yeah, it
Big
is.
rabbit. There's a big. There's like people don't understand how it got there or why people have that opinion. Because remember, a lot of people missed the first 4 years of VR. The
Right.
first 3 years of VR. Their
Mhm.
introduction was the Quest 2. So they don't know like the history and what happened because there is some like jokes out there. Like, like Meta was like like they did a whole commercial on how this is the next evolution of gaming. And it's like, well, if it's the next evolution of gaming, you got to elevate everything. And it's like, no, it's different. It's amazing. I love it. But you went the wrong angle. Because you can't say it's the next generation and then give us last gen graphics.
Right.
Right, and that's where I'm really hopeful that we see a change in that with the Quest 3. I really do think it'll be a jump, and hopefully it kind of gets out of that what you're talking about. But yeah, I've been in this mode myself. Like the games just aren't good enough for me right now, and I find a tendency with myself, especially just with propagation. I keep finding reasons why I'm like not impressed anymore, and I want those wow moments that I just
It
recently
happens.
had with the PlayStation VR 2. I'm in a funk right now where I can't find that next
We're
thing.
gonna play some Legendary Tales. We're gonna play some
Down.
Yeah, man.
Walkabout mini golf. I'm not gonna let my kid run into the wall. It'll be a good time.
Dad of the year, yo.
I don't want to start another rabbit hole, if you will. But what about the Zimtalk racing thing on Sunday? How much fun
That
was
was
that?
fantastic, dude.
Right?
I had such
We
a
got to
good
do
time.
that.
Yeah, Mateo, I don't know if you're into the sim racing or at all, but man, we're
Even
gonna
better. I
do
need someone I can beat.
Gran Turismo 7, and you know what we did in there, which I again I won't I don't want to go too long, but we did a mode in there that I've never done before. You can get go-karts. So
Yeah,
you
I
actually have
saw
to go in
that.
and
It was
buy a
so much
go-kart,
fun.
but you can go-kart race on all the regular tracks. And the whole perspective is different because you're no longer in the car like you're out, because it's open, it's like an open cockpit, but it's even different from like an F1 open wheel one where it's an open cockpit because you're like
You're an
right
inch
in
off
the
the
road.
ground.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a different view than I've ever seen, and I love doing that part so much. But all those guys playing with them, it was so much fun. Mike VRO was in there, and Kaz
Cass and
Kaz from
Cherry were
Kaz and
there,
Cherry
yeah.
were in
It'll be
there,
nice to
and
get an invite.
you should. Do you race? I mean, do you race? I'll get you.
Nah, I don't really what was it we doing GT7?
GT7 and
Yeah, yeah,
PlayStation.
GT7.
Yeah.
I don't know. GT7's good. I do enjoy it, but I don't play enough. I'm not a big sim guy.
Yeah. It was fun. I'm starting to get into it more. I really do enjoy it. I haven't been in my life either, but I do love it. I love my wheel and pedal now, and I can't wait to do it again. I'll definitely do it again. But yeah, if you
We got
guys
one
ever
more
want to
game
go,
to
let
give
me know.
away.
Now we're giving away a Mateo 311.
Oh, nice.
I'm
We're
coming
giving away
to your
a key to
house.
Arcaxer.
He's
I'm
gonna
sleep
bring the
in your
key
bed.
right to your house.
Yep. We're gonna mail me. I'm pretty small. I'm hobbit sized, so I'll fit in a box.
You pick the box.
Oh man,
This is for Arcaxer.
nice.
No, Mateo 311.
Or Mateo 301.
We need a Mateo 3-1 in Arcaxer.
You notice
Ooh.
as the night
Right.
gets longer and I get
Spry guy.
sleepier,
I know, right? Like I'm tired now.
I start getting more erratic. So
You
you
got to
guys
drink
got
the
to get me
coffee
off.
right through the show. That helps.
No, I won't sleep.
That's one of my. I don't sleep. Yeah.
I know, right?
That's the way.
So VR Spry guys, congratulations! You won a copy of Arcaxer. And for those of you who leave comments in the comment section after the video is done being live, you will be entered to win a key to Arcade Legends.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Nice.
Thank you for a few people are sliding in late here. VR Central, Salvador, Miss Grey Wolf, and a couple other people I saw sliding late. Thank you guys for coming. Sorry the show's over, but we'll catch you guys next time. All right, guys, for Mateo, D, and Todd, this has been an awesome show. Appreciate you. We'll see you soon.
Hi, guys.
Bye.
Peace.